You work so hard. You show up every day. You do what's expected of you. But deep down, you know the truth. One paycheck shouldn't decide how your life turns out. But what if your evenings meant progress? What if your weekends built freedom? What if your laptop became more than just a screen? This isn't about quitting your job. It's about giving yourself options. While others scroll, you start building. Quietly, consistently, and on your own terms. No pressure, no guessing. Just a clear system you can run after work, before work, or whenever life gives you a turn. That's what Goldmine on hustlesafrica.com is for.
Tuesday.
Haikuzo makasi ni watafute uongozi pamoja wasitafute.
Kweli una maana gani? Una maana wewe ni binadamu ya mavi ya kuku.
Mashamba yetu harambe.
Nguruwe kujikanga na mafuta yake na Afrika itakwisha.
Padani ya gosho ngai no mwega naende shode.
Wakati hiyo ilikuwa ukisema ngwe ndani ngwe.
Tender. All right, hello there, people of the internet. My name is Ruchegero, and this is Political Headache coming to you at 7:30 from the city of glasses, that is Nairobi city, the city of. Today in the studio, I have Mr. Odhiambo Tieno, government apologist. I have Khalil. Khalil does not support the government. I don't know if it doesn't. It's very agnostic. The last time he was here, he was not. He was a thorough fence sitter, which I did not like much because as a young man, you have to be speaking for your country. You can't just keep quiet while Ruto is building bridges. Okay, and I have Mulamba. The last time I saw Mulamba alikuwa na lamba watu ya kanisa kwa nation. And I was like, give back the mic, bro. But he's not giving back the mic. So, Mr. Odhiambo, how are you doing?
Amazing as usual.
Yeah. What is the political temperature? You are just from Kisumu.
Yes.
You know, the port city of Kisumu. How is it going, by the way? I know the weather it is hot, but apart from that, Kisumu rise.
So much is going on in Kisumu.
Yeah.
It was beautiful stuff. Kakamega, of course, priority. But so much is going on in Kisumu.
All right.
And the level of insecurity there is just astonishing, as usual.
Yeah.
You know, the other day I was in Kisumu. The last time we had a show with you, I did talk about the issue of insecurity there.
Okay.
And since then, it's not been a very easy ride in the city. I cannot walk comfortably in the city of Kisumu.
Yeah.
I now have to literally hide in the city where I was born. Because those guys, they don't get.
I thought you were born in the Potato Republic. You are actually born in Kisumu.
I was born in Kisumu, Nyalenda slums. Yeah, the Potato Republic is where my father comes from.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Those gentlemen, they're very courageous. I went into one of those night places to sit, and this gentleman came to where I was sitting.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it is this bold.
And what were they telling you where you were seated?
Why I'm talking about them.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay. You guys are very, very bold. Yeah. And so, of course, you have to survive. You will fight another day. I didn't choose confrontation with them. But they're very bold in Kisumu. The level of insecurity there is astonishing. Astonishing, yeah.
The Nilot is building overpasses and bridges. What is going on there?
Beautiful stuff.
Okay.
I mean, there are things that are undeniable.
3.8 billion for 500 meters.
We can talk about the costing.
Okay.
Of course, we have systems which should be checking such things. And I've always said, the executive does not just pass the budget. The budget is passed in Parliament.
All right.
Yeah, and Parliament has the right to stop it if it is overestimated. But first of all, is it the taxpayers' money?
Yes.
Or is it?
Yeah, it is. It's a soft loan from the Spaniards.
Exactly, it's a loan.
Yeah, soft.
So they've costed that loan to its end, and it looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will tell you one thing.
At least the question...
The overpass is beautiful.
They are beautiful, not just one.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. Yeah, whatever is doing even outside here, it's beautiful.
Yeah, outside the cathedral, I see the duct coming up. I saw your friend, PS.
Yeah,
Umolo.
Yes.
Yeah, putting a very long post. When I started reading that post, I'm wondering, bro, you are from interior. Why are you talking so much about the city? Then at the tail end, he says that security.
Yeah, transport is security. By the way,
yeah.
it's not just the PS for interior. It's the PS for the coordination of national government.
All right.
Coordination of national government, which means the things that happen in national government normally passes through him. Majority of them. In fact, I think I can say this boldly. I think Raymond Omolo is like, I'm not one of those minions of his.
Okay.
But I can say boldly, Raymond Omolo is one of those, if not the most powerful principal secretary. He's like the deputy president. Because after the president talks to the cabinet, the president will have to discuss with him a few things. That I'm certain.
Okay.
I think it's the only PS who meets the president daily, as long as the president is around.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Allow me to invite Mulamba to this discussion. Mulamba, you can come closer to the mic. What do you think? The president is building you roads, bro, and so many goodies. What is going on there? You love it? Musyoka did nothing, right?
Let me set the record straight.
Okay.
And I'm not an apologist for Kalonzo, neither do I hold brief for him.
Okay.
For a fact, in my entire political life,
okay.
I don't think I have seen eye to eye with him.
Okay.
Mimi ukabila kwa sababu mtu ni wa kwetu sina.
Okay.
So I'm not going to defend Kalonzo just because he's Kamba.
Okay.
But even William Ruto himself,
okay,
when he was an MP, he has nothing to show. He was an MP for almost 15 years. Ruto was a deputy president for more than 10 years. Nobody should lie to you that Ruto was a deputy president for 5 years. Hii ingine alikubali, si alikaa hadi mwisho. Alivumilia humiliation zote.
Okay.
Kama angetaka privileges kwa hiyo kiti angeresign. So he was a deputy president for 10 years. What does he have to show as a deputy president for 10 years? So tukishikanisha hii miaka yake, pia yako close na miaka 30 yenye hatuwezi account.
Yeah.
Sasa hii kusema ati mtu wa miaka 40 kwa serikali na hakufanya kitu. First of all, you should remember that a vice president was very inferior in the pre-2010 constitution. Sasa hata yeye alikuwa deputy president for 10 years. Na hata hiyo 10 years we have nothing to show yenye William Ruto alifanya. It was a string of promises zenye hazikuwa ifanywa. Unakumbuka juzi alienda kulaunch barabara Kisii yenye amelaunch mara 3 saa hii. 2 times as deputy president na saa hii mara 3 sasa kama president. But as I get to the development that is happening in Nyanza.
Yeah.
Well, sasa wacha niongee kama mimi si hater, wacha niongee kama mtu mwenye anapenda maendeleo.
Okay.
It is a beautiful thing. But then we will still interrogate the numbers. How much money are you spending on that particular project? For example, kama hiyo project nasikia imefanywa na 6 billion, hiyo overpass. Hata hii iko hapa Ngong, turudi tu kwa hapa Nairobi kwanza. Hii iko hapa Ngong. 820 meters, watu wamesema wamepima, it's actually 600 meters. How do you justify spending 3.8
Udoyo alikuwa ananiambia amecarpet mpaka ya chini.
Yes.
Hiyo ndio inaleta
No. There is no
alisema amecarpet mpaka ya chini.
No, there is no justification of building an overpass for 3.6 billion shillings, an overpass that is 600 meters long. Na ukicompare na Outer Ring Road yenye ilichukua 13 billion shillings, which is longer than the also overpass more than 20 times. It just doesn't make sense, the cost per kilometer of an overpass. Kwanza Outer Ring Road iko na overpass 5. Okay. And the aggregate cost per kilometer ilikuwa somewhere around 1 billion.
Okay.
Hii hata haijafika kilomita 1. Na ukienda ile, by the way, mtu ameangalia Daily Nation leo, utaona there is a scandal ya Kenya Ports Authority.
Ile nimeona.
Yes.
Ile 1.9 billion.
Yes, the chairperson of Kenya Ports Authority. I don't know how it's coincidental pia anaitwa William Ruto. I think it runs.
Kina inaweza kuwa tu Mondi Otieno. Even though sisi Nilots tunakwanga.
No, well, they say birds of the same feather flock together,
okay,
or probably birds of the same name flock together.
Okay.
It is not coincidental that two people share the same name and are both thieves. So you tell me that hiyo overpass ya Mombasa yenye ni less than a kilometer imechukua around 6 billion shillings. Is that even justified?
5.9.
Hata to cost aje, hata to cost aje.
Yeah.
There is just no way unaweza build less than a kilometer of an overpass na 7 billion shillings. Kwani inapitia wapi kutoka wapi? Unless inajengwa juu ya maji ama inajengwa katikati ya mlima and you have to excavate that mountain to actually build that.
Can I ask you a question? Because this is something that has been troubling me, Mr. Mulamba, yeah? If we are saying that an 800 meters, or let's say 600 meters is costing 3.8 billion, and then we have another overpass down there in Mombasa, I think 1.4 kilometers, yeah? 1.4, I believe, costing 5.9 billion, and a lot of things costing this and this. I mean, where I am stuck is, how do we know what costs? Because then if we're just saying that the other one costs that one and this one is now costing more, I mean, like for example, somebody was telling me that it is the superstructure is made of Spanish steel. people in the Ambos camp are saying Spanish steel. That's what has been used to make the one in Gong Road. So then for people like you who are probably hell-bent on saying that Ruto is stealing money, how do you go? Because in Luo we say that when you want to say that the ram is fat, then you must bring the other ram so that you compare. So how do you compare these things to say, okay, these people are actually pilfering money? How do you compare those things?
The Association of Engineers, or the Board of Engineers in Kenya, has over time given us estimates of how much it will take to construct a kilometer of road, depending on the type of road. If it's a Class A, Class B, Class C road, hivyo. They have the costing for overpasses. So hakuna justification ya sijui imetumia chuma ya France, sijui imetumia chuma ya Germany. Hata hapa Kenya bado kuna chuma. Kuna chuma ya Doshi, kuna chuma ya Tononoka, kuna chuma ya Devki, na zote ni chuma. Kama ni wa 8 ni wa 8. Hii ni justification tu za. Lakini
mimi nashangaa on another unrelated matter. The engineers are not building Kenyan roads. Why? Why is it just the Spaniards, the Chinese, and the Americans and the French? Why are our engineers not building roads? We used to have something called, I've forgotten the name, but we used to have Moi used to use them a lot. Engineers from, I don't know what was the name of those engineers.
I have spoken about this agenda before.
Okay.
Our engineers are broke.
They are broke.
Let's begin with that. Our engineers are broke. And if they have a union, I don't know. Probably the association.
Okay.
And they have had a hard time trying to secure loans to do most of these projects and most of these contracts because, as you remember, the government is over-borrowing from the domestic market.
Okay.
So the engineers themselves cannot access credit to the tune of, say, 200 billion shillings to do a certain road or a certain bridge.
Okay.
So because our engineers cannot access those loans and they do not have enough savings or enough capital, financial capital to do these bridges and roads. So they will be left at the periphery and they will be spectating as we
but once
the
Spanish government gives us 4 billion to build a road, why can't our engineers be the ones building that road and accessing that money to build the road?
I think our successive governments have not done a good job to negotiate for better terms and conditions for most of these loans and most of these infrastructural projects. For example, the China Road and Bridge Company, funded by the China Exim Bank, takes a project, say for example, bridge ya kutoka Tharaka Nithi na ya Meru, the Nithi Bridge for example. And in that contract, they have a clause that gives them preference to hire their own locals to build our projects, to build that particular bridge or to do the SGR or any other related project. So in the end, your engineers who would have been given first priority, wambabaki kukuwa spectators, ni kama hata ni watu wa mkono kwa hiyo project implementation.
Okay.
Uliona SGR ikijengwa na wa China, you had the conversation about probably those guys are prisoners from huko China wameletwa huko for cheap labor. If atungekuwa na watu wa mkono kufanya kazi hapa. Kama ya mkono ndio atupewi. Hii ingine sasa technical work na evaluation ya engineers na surveyors tunapewa na nani.
So then it is a disaster.
Yes, that is a disaster.
So Odhiambo's government is borrowing and giving people from other countries money to build. That's what they are doing. And while at it, also stealing a few.
While at it, well, somebody said the current president does not do anything by chance.
Okay.
is not as development oriented as people think. And if he decides to do that particular project, he already has a plan on how to siphon from that particular project.
Part of that money.
Some kickbacks must come to him.
Okay.
And after the kickbacks come to him, he must be part of those guys doing the actual contract.
Okay.
You had the allegations about who is supplying steel, concrete and cement for the affordable housing program. Waswahili husema lisemalo lipo na kama alipo lipo njiani laja.
Kabisa.
Those insiders in the execution of that particular project wanatuambia huyu jamaa ndio anajipea hii contract ya kusupply simiti, chuma, mawe. Sasa wewe utabishana na wewe si insider. They know him better than I do. Alafu wacha nikurudishe kwa contracts that the current regime has cancelled. Mimi ukiniuliza from where I sit, I think the current administration has cancelled most of these contracts because they could not get a kickback from the specified contractor. Especially if the contract was awarded before they took power. The Rironi Mau Summit Road was already contracted to France before William Ruto took over at a cost of around 180 billion shillings. How did we cancel that contract and retender it to a Chinese firm at a higher amount or at a higher price? Same as the Grand Falls Dam in the border between Kitui County and I think Tharaka-Nithi County. That dam has been in construction for eternity. Ni kama Dhwake Dam. And this Grand Falls Dam, the contract for the Grand Falls Dam was cancelled by this particular government. Even though it was being funded by, I think, the UK government. There was already an existing contract. So why exactly is he cancelling contracts that were signed before he came to power? Probably because that contractor gave kickbacks to the outgoing government na hakupata yake. So he needs to bring in a new contractor and yuapewe yake. And as I wind up, you remember when Gachagua, well, I don't really like Gachagua, but you remember when Gachagua exposed the tender for the Bomas Convention renovation that was outsourced to the Turkish firm. Na tukasema ni propaganda mingi. How comes Gachagua kona information? How do you know hii contract imepewa Turkish firm? Na how do you know hii specific contract iko na loopholes mingi na kuna watu wamejipanga vile watapata yao kwa hiyo laini. And then I think a few weeks later it was an expose in most of the dailies that that confirmed actually what Gachagua was saying, that it is indeed true that a Turkish firm has been contracted to do the Bomas Convention Center renovation at an exorbitant price. Na probably what he was saying was actually true. Kulikuwa na some shady deal hapo because it is a PPP contract that was directly awarded to an international firm that has links probably to the current executive.
Why don't you like Gachagua though? Because I heard you say that you don't like Gachagua. Gachagua is an honest man, truthful.
Gachagua has a bad past, and that will not be sanitized by his current bromance with the opposition. To me, I think we've had the wrong metrics of gauging leadership. We look at leadership in terms of eloquence. We look at leadership in terms of, say, your education background. Kama Kimani Ichung'wah anasema kwa sababu yeye ni student wa Alliance anafaa kupewa uongozi. Then we look at, when we look at leadership, we also use the metric probably your ethnic extraction. Wewe umetoka for example Central, wewe uko na numbers. Wewe tunaweza kuweka mahali kwa serikali kwa sababu unakuja na block mzuri. So we forget the core and the fundamental metric of leadership, which is actually supposed to be character. See, the people of the US got it right with Obama because apart from him being a visionary, he had a good track record and he had a good character. His integrity is unquestionable to this point. Now we in this country decide to enthrone the wrong people, and we decide your character is not as important. We ignore that and use the other metrics. Do you have money? Ulisikia nani Aaron Cheruyot, not Cheruyot, this other guy, huyu wa miaka 7. Cherargei akiambia opposition, you guys need 7 billion shillings to vie for the presidency. Tumefika hapo kwenye our metrics for leadership ni kama uko na pesa, kabila yako iko na numbers, ama wewe umesoma sana, ama wewe ni wa speech tamutamu. Look at where mdomo tamutamu got us. So we need to go back to the actual basic principles of what maketh a leader. And we need to go back to character. Gachagua's character is questionable. When he was DO, wewe unajua tu mambo yake. When he was the deputy president, he did not change. he only camouflaged. But you remember him waking up early in the morning to deal with us. Ati sasa nyinyi hiyo kitu yenye mnafanya tukuje tupatane street. Okay. Forgetting that we have a right to protest in the first place.
All right.
And he, as I have heard the rumor that the deputy president also chairs the security meeting. Him as the chair of the security apparatus in Kenya or the security agencies in Kenya need to have advised them to offer security to anyone who is willing to picket or demonstrate for a certain contravention or infringement in their rights.
Thank you very much. I want to go back to Odhiambo. What a shame. Your engineers are broke. The contracts are cancelled. But you're here, celebrating. I don't know what's going on, bro. Why are engineers broke? Engineers are broke. They're cancelling contracts and creating other ones at exorbitant prices. What is going on? Mulamba is not happy.
Well, let's start from the facts as they are and not the facts as we wish they were.
Okay.
Mulamba's talk is what I call blabber.
Okay.
It's a lot of wishful talking.
Okay.
Not researched, not doing any comparative analysis before you present. Because when you look at the facts of this construction, as you said, you can measure Sembeginyamin.
Yes.
One, Kenya has a problem. And the problem Kenya has is this thing of pessimism and self-hate. Plus two, when a Kenyan hates you, even in your private capacity as a citizen, there's nothing you will do for them to unhate you. They will just hate you for the sake of hate. Whatever Mulamba is talking about is not founded on any fact, and I will read, if you allow me, because we have computers. The audience has their phone. They can check it with me, as we want to do the following. Averagely, construction of a bypass or an overpass, I've queried 1 kilometer in US and London first, before I come back to Kenya and Africa, okay? In US, the average cost is 70 to 180 million pounds. Approximate cost in Kenya shillings is 12.3 to 31.5 billion, building a kilometer of an overpass with hizo barabara za chini zikitengenezwa. That's UK. Okay. UK is basically Scotland, Britain, and Ireland, I think, or something. Yeah, there are three nations in one.
People.
Why this thing is looking weird? Why is your mic?
Kasonge.
Oh, this one is looking bad. Hey. People of the internet are back. 52 already back.
They're already back.
I don't know. I can't see myself. People of the internet, this light is looking bad, but we will survive with it.
This is looking good. I like it.
Is it? It's looking good? You like it?
We can do with it.
We can do with it. Okay. If we can do with it, Odhiambo was lying on behalf of the government when steamer went off. Odhiambo, you are the one that was lying on behalf of the government when steamer went off.
Yes.
And I don't remember what you're saying. I
was giving the figures on the costings. And that is not just a lie. That is the reality as things are. Okay. And I was saying that my brother here was talking from a pedestrian point of view. Yeah. Because clearly he didn't have an understanding of what he was trying to talk about. Okay. And not to disparage whatever he was speaking about. The reality is that these things work differently. And if you allow me, because I saw somebody in the comments say that, you cannot compare Kenya to America and whatever. So I want to go to Kenya versus Africa. Okay. Just if you give me a minute, I'm just pulling up back that data. Meanwhile, I'm sure that
people of the internet are asking what happened. Our backup generator went off, and the steamer Kenya Power also went off. So they went off at the same time. So now there is light on top of us that cannot work because we don't have Kenya Power, and it is too heavy to be connected. The wattage is too high; it cannot run on the backup power that we have. That is why Odhiambo is looking like Like he's looking. But everybody else is looking good. I think if you the people that have got color, like my Kamba friend, is looking pretty good on the. Can we see him so that people can see him? And this Nubian guy fella.
Oh, he's Nubian.
I don't
Yes,
know.
I am.
Oh, he is.
I am.
You're Nubian.
I guess right. I guess right.
I am a
Yeah.
Nubian.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah,
Then
so,
you're saying something.
Yeah, I was saying something. So if you look at the comparison in terms of the local in Africa, the local overpasses. One, of course, Ngong Road Naivasha flyover or overpass is costed at 3.8 billion. It's a 820 meters steel concrete flyover at Junction Mall.
Okay.
T-Mall is costed at 2.9 to 3.2 billion. It's grade separated junction, easing traffic in Nairobi CBD. Then Nairobi Expressway, of course, the viaduct sections, they cost about 88 billion. Of course, we know that was quite a thing. Uganda, Kampala flyover, that's the clock tower. I was there just the other day. It costs 30 to 35 billion.
Okay.
3.5 kilometer. 30 to 35 billion Kenya shillings, not Uganda shillings.
Okay.
3.5 kilometer. There's one called EB Cloet, Abdullah Mohammed Omar interchange upgrade. This is in South Africa.
Okay.
Originally, it was constructed in 1970s, but a major upgrade started in 2023. It's about to get done. It is 80 billion shillings, okay? It is one of Africa's largest four-level stack. It's a four-level stack. That's just about a kilometer in terms of the stretch. If you look at Cairo Ring Road in Egypt, typically 2.5 to 6.5 billion per kilometer. Okay?
Okay.
There's something I'm arriving at.
All right.
Mohammed the sixth bridge interchanges in Morocco. Multi-billion shilling project. They haven't costed the exact amount. Eco Bridge rehabilitation and interchanges, Nigeria, cost about 6 billion per kilometer. Major rehabilitation and interchange improvements in Lagos. What am I trying to arrive at? That Kenya is actually the lowest in terms of the comparative costing.
Okay.
It is there online. The audience can Google. You can chat GPT. You can Gemini. You can Claude. It's all there.
So then the opposition are apologies. What is going on there? Somebody mess up the light is there.
The opposition.
Right on my eyes. Yes.
The opposition is interested in one thing.
Okay.
It is interested in this crime that is registered as a crime in the United States, where you raise disinterest or hate against the government.
Okay.
Which is fine. In Kenya, as a democracy, you can speak how you want. They're interested in ensuring that the hate against the regime is very high. That's their role. If they're an agenda, they will tell us comparative pricing. Because if you think that 3.8 billion is expensive, then look at Nigeria 6 billion. Look at South Africa's 80 billion. Okay. Look at Egypt's whatever. It's only in Ethiopia, from the research I did, that has a lower costing. In Ethiopia, and that is because
as you'd expect. You remember the story that we were being told? They're very frugal in terms of selling. Yeah.
Ethiopia is very, very frugal in their cost. The rest of Africa is fairly high.
Okay.
So Kenya is actually within the range of sensibility. Number two.
Yes.
We must understand also that this was not a commercial loan. This is a concession loan.
What does that mean?
Commercial loan normally has high interests that go between 10 to 30% or sometimes even 40%.
Okay.
And then the payment period is very short. It's between 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
But concession loans, they take a long time, between 20 to 40 years. Then the interest is too low, 1 to 4% interest. And plus, with concession loans, you can even renegotiate midway to get grace period. You can actually default and renegotiate and still receive amnesties.
Okay.
Number two, concession loans do not just come as a loan fully. Part of it actually comes as a grant. Okay? And when part of it comes as a grant...
Yeah, Stima is back, so I don't know what they're going to do, but that's up to them. Go ahead. It's going off again.
Yeah. So if you look at concession loans, they have that kind of structure where you also receive part of it as grant.
Okay.
So it doesn't just come wholesomely as a commercial loan, which then is very expensive on the taxpayer. This gives us a very big breathing room, or a very big headroom where we can do development within it. Now, Jago, that said, One thing that my brother here cannot refuse, and I want you to look at me when I'm talking, my brother, because I want to address you.
Mr. Mulamba, he's talking to you.
He's on his phone. I want you to look here, because the reality is, we can politic all we want, but there's the question of development. Something that is seen cannot be denied. You are brown, for example. It cannot be denied. I'm black. It cannot be denied. This Nubian is very black. it cannot be denied. If you go to Ngong Road today, that question of the traffic issue that has been there for a long time, it has now been sorted. That jam there has not been sorted fully. It will never be there again, unless something else happens. Because initially there was jam when they built the the dual carriage. There was still an issue at the Junction Mall. Okay. Now it is sorted. T-Mall, which Uhuru built, is sorted. We are seeing many viaducts coming up, like the one just outside where we are, coming up. So these things, we can politic. But the reality is, as much as we politic on factual basis, not just being sentimental about, Ruto is eating our money.
Yes, and that is what I want to ask you, because they are saying that while Ruto is at it, he's saying, give me some. Where is this coming from? Is Ruto taking some?
He's not taking some. Where is he taking it from? Is there evidence? It is just people always saying, because, Jagero, it's an assumption that once you're in government, once you're the leader of government, you're stealing. Even you in your studio here, they will say you're stealing. As long as it is public money. By the way, let me tell you, Jagero, one of the most difficult places to work in is public service.
Okay.
Especially when you're having a budget to your docket. You have something called authority.
Can somebody position my camera properly? I am all over the place, please.
When you have authority to incur expenditure, you will face some of the biggest humiliation in your life. If you buy a shirt, it's our money. If you buy a car, it's our money. Watu wanakupimia hewa sana ukiwa kwa public service. That is why most of the people in public service, they tend to leave public service just before they enter budget. Or when they enter budget, they either have to play very simple, that even the businesses they do, they should not reveal that their income that comes from their business reflects upon their life. Okay? But the reality is, some people are capable. You know, there's this mentality that if you're working in public service, you cannot do any other business under the sun. Ruto, for example, is somebody who has massive businesses going on for him. We all know. He's in insurance.
Okay. He's farming.
Okay. We all know.
He has matatus, does he not?
I don't think he has matatus. No, I don't think he has matatus.
He doesn't?
That is his children. Matatu is George.
Okay.
This young man called George is the one who's doing matatu business.
George anapata wapi pesa?
But it's not even I mean, you can get loans from the bank and do business.
That's fine.
Do they have association with some bank somewhere?
That's okay.
Yes. You know, if you're used to playing small, you think that George, because George is 26 or 31, he cannot get to own matatus. What time did Sonko start owning matatus? This Sonko guy started owning matatus at a very young age. So people should give.
Okay, I want to give the opportunity to my fellow Nilot here, who has not spoken for some time, and invite to the show officially, because when you were there, we had problems with the lighting, which has now come back. Odhiambo, you've heard, is somebody that supports the government, and he's saying the government of the day should be supported by everything, by every ounce of our energy. Now, Odhiambo is doing a very good at supporting the government. You, as a young person, you can see the gentleman on the other side. When it came to Kalonzo Musyoka, he dilly-dallied and gave it a wide berth and beat around the bush. But then for you, what do you think about this government? What do you think about... I want to ask you exactly about what this gentleman has said and what Odhiambo is saying. What do you think? There is something that you guys are doing there that, I don't know, it's giving us black nini when you're changing cameras. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Jagero. So I've been hearing my colleagues with their different opinions. And personally, I feel we are not asking the right questions. When it comes to money being stolen, is it an issue of a personality or is it an issue of the government? So that is something we need to ask ourselves. Is it something that has happened for the different consecutive governments that we've been having since the first president, Jomo Kenyatta, till now? So if the issue is the personality, it should have been solved already. But if the issue is government, then our discussion should be in terms of policies. So I do agree in him in that
With who?
With my brother, with Odhiambo. In the fact that, you know, attacking the personality does not help us to solve the real problem. Because even if we bring Kalonzo Musyoka, I don't see much difference coming from his leadership. Even if we bring the truthful man, I don't think he will be truthful in power. They say when you want to know someone's character, you give them power, such that they don't need you anymore. But now when someone needs you, they are desperate. You cannot trust their character nor their intentions. And for most of these people, they are desperate, in need of power. Even some people are saying, tunataka power. You're getting? So people, when they're desperate for power, they will use you for their own personal gain. So to me, I feel the real question should be on how do we work on better policies for the government? Who are responsible for these policies? Are they the MPs? Are they the MCAs? If they are important people, how do we as electorate then choose people who are competent enough? And I want to repeat myself by saying education does not mean someone is competent. You can have education, but you graduated with ChatGPT. You are very incompetent, but kizungu yako ni mingi sana. It does not help us in any way. Competency is not something you say. Competency is something that you have demonstrated before. So if you're saying we can trust you to lead us or to do something for us, then you must have demonstrated competency in things that you have done. So what I say with this government, the small projects that are doing, as much as we know money has been stolen, it demonstrates competency and will give flower where it deserves to be. I can see the flyover, I can see the roads, I can see all of those things. But now when it comes to debt, every country borrows. Even the United States of America has debts. No country can stay without borrowing. But now our question is the borrowing, you know, taken to projects or development projects that add value? Do they? Yeah.
Must have continuity. This is tough. This is really tough. I am shocked. Things are not working here.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
This nani amekuja hapa na hii kamote imetoka wapi? The only person that is new here is this kamote guy.
Which one?
This guy.
Or this Mukamba guy?
You see, I have brought too much heat. The system cannot handle me.
Hey, there is a problem. There is a big problem here. Oh no, not again. You are really making noise here. Anyway, you are the one who is going on. But I think probably we should play the rallies. Which rallies should we start with? I think you are... Yeah, Eldoret. Okay, let's people of the internet, we are having serious problems today. I don't know, our generator that is supposed to be having a backup is keep tripping, and we don't know what is going on. So I'm going to try one more time. Ikishindikana tuende tukunywe pombe. Ikishindikana sasa hakuna chenye tunaweza fanya. Okay, people have come back. You can see that people are back. Thank you very much, people of the internet. Corner Starlink as a backup. No, this is not an issue of the internet, people of the internet. It is not internet at all. It is the generator that we are having that is tripping. The one that holds all the power in the studio is the one that keeps tripping, and we don't understand why. Ruto is a corrupt character, period. Okay, people have come back. We want to play the video from, so people of the internet, today we are going to be discussing two things. There is the issue of what is going on in Eldoret, and then there is Kisii. And that is the video that I want to play right now. There is something very interesting, and there is a picture that I gave you, Harvey. I don't know if you have it there. I want you to check the internet so that you can see that picture when it pops out. It's a picture of a tractor. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's go.
Kazi tuliwaahidi na ndio kazi tumekuwa tukiwafanyia. Wale wanafiki wa kisiasa, wale nimeita political scavengers who have no plan, who have no agenda, who have no vision for Kenya. All they have are insults, propaganda na mambo ya matusi, wakizunguka wakisema sijui one time, sijui Kasongo, sijui must go. We are here to tell you, our brothers, William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza and the broad-based government is here to stay. Kweli si kweli?
Oye! Mimi sijasikia maneno ya Eldoret. Hapa ni Eldoret ama wapi? Eldoret mumesema mmeamua ama mjaamua? Ni William Ruto, sio William Ruto. Hebu nione kwa mkono kama mmeamua ni Eldoret.
Mimi nikiwa jirani yenu nimekuja kuambia silaha yako ya kisiasa inaitwa kipande. Kama huna kipande, uende uchukue kipande yako. Rais ametoa masharti yote. Identity cards are issued for free and unconditionally. Ukishachukua kipande, ujiandikishe kura. Ukishajiandikisha kura, ujipange. Tunasema bad leaders are elected by good people who don't vote. Bad people are elected by good people who don't vote. Kwa hivyo wewe usipojihami uende upige kura yako, utasimama kando kinungunika kwamba huyu kiongozi ni mbaya.
All right, Odhiambo, Mr. Mulamba, I want to go back to you. The issue of, I don't know, what is your political leaning? You are not two-term, but you are also talking badly against Gachagua. What is your issue with the government? With the government right now? What is the problem with the opposition right now? There's a picture of a tractor that I want people to have a look at. People of the internet. There is a logo there. And the question that I want to ask you, Mr. Mulamba, do you think that the conversation that was happening today in Eldoret is the start and the launch of two-term? Because there was a lot of millions that are being given today. What do you think about it?
Before I get to that conversation, can I get a minute to exhaust the conversation on development?
Okay. Yes.
So I have a problem with this development of the current government,
okay,
because there are a few questions that attract almost zero answers. For example, we're questioning this development not because we hate development, but because, one, there are procurement irregularities in most of these developments packaged as a game changer, or as the Singapore dream. We also have witness testimony that have confirmed these irregularities. Remember the case about the Adani deal and how punitive it was. It was from an insider or a whistleblower who actually leaked that specific contract to Kenyans. Do you remember the Adani deal was the biggest scandal or the biggest conversation a few years ago or a few months ago? There is a suspicion about how procurement processes are being, say, mistreated in this country. We also have a problem with the contractual, the contracts for most of these projects. To this particular point, we've never gotten a full disclosure about the SGR contract, despite several civil society groups and Omtata going to court to demand for the same. They've given us a partial breakdown of the contract, but not the full exhaustive contract. And this goes for most of the contracts we have in Kenya. So from this context, you can, of course, conclude for yourself or infer for yourself that we, as Kenyan citizens, have every right to not trust the projects that are being marketed to us as a game changer in this country. Because if that project must be done or will be done, there already has been a pre-calculated budget ya kuibiwa. And that's our bone of contention. My second bone of contention about development in this country is because it's selective. Jomo Kenyatta is president, Mwai Kibaki, and Uhuru Kenyatta. People I don't even support, by the way. Probably nisamee tu Mwai Kibaki because he tried to fix our economy. These other three gentlemen, or these other two gentlemen, that is Jomo Kenyatta and his son, if you would ask me, squandered our resources. And for the best part, relocated almost all of our development projects to central Kenya.
Yeah.
And they set the wrong precedents. Now, successive governments want to reverse this. But instead of developing the whole country, they now selectively develop various parts of the country that appear to support them.
Okay.
I know you would say, oh, the president has built a stadium in Garissa, another stadium in Kitui, which was not even a priority to the people of Kitui in the first place, by the way.
Okay.
But then we'd come back to the conversation and the excitement in Nyanza and among my Luo brothers, to just be succinct as it is, about the development projects that are being shoveled or done or groundbroken at their areas.
All right.
But this does not happen. This does not appear to be the same case or the same scenario in the rest of the country. So you get a president who selectively develops areas that appear to be in support of the particular incumbent government. So we are asking as Gen Zs, to what end? For how long will this go on? So if tomorrow a president from Turkana takes power and he's been probably voted in by a big chunk of the people from central Kenya, and he decides to primarily Kenya, where will that get the rest of the Kenyans who did not vote for this particular regime? So that appears to me as a problem we need to cure as young people. We need to get a president for all of us. After all, if we go on with the same trajectory, we might need 8 presidents for 8 different regions. Hadi region yako wakati itafikiwa ndio mtapata maendeleo. Or 47 presidents for every county. And that is a problem we need to cure in 2027 by changing the narrative. Now as I come back to the issue of why our engineers are not doing our roads, ndio niingie kwa hiyo siasa ya Linda Mwananchi na Eldoret na my stance. You remember I alluded to donor funding and how most of these contracts have a clause that probably gives an upper hand to the contracting firm to only use their own specific specialists and technicians. In most of these donor-funded programs, for example, when you go to the case of China, these funds often are tied aid. This means the lending countries requires their own engineering and construction firms to execute the work. That's why we have projects funded by the China Exim Bank being contracted to CCC or CRBC. You also remember that most of these projects are capital intensive, as I had mentioned. And our engineers do not have a unified national union. So they operate in a board and an association, and they are fragmented. So they've not managed to pool resources to do major projects. And because they do not have that capital, and they do not have the equipment to do these roads, they will be reduced to spectators, and foreigners will continue doing our roads unless probably government sits down under the Ministry of Cooperatives and decides to probably procure equipment or lease equipment to our engineers, or unionize them and finance them to take on capital intensive projects, or vouch for them in local banks or in the African Development Bank to secure contracts and to actually do the contracts using the loan that they have managed to secure by the help of government. And as I wind up on that particular
but now I want you to go to Eldoret.
Yes, I'll get to Eldoret. Our engineers do not appear to have that experience to do these roads because, as I've said, they are subcontracted all through. So they've not been all out in trying to get most of these contracts. But as we get to Eldoret and my stance, as a Gen Z, I do not have any hurry to be blanketed or boxed by the sloganeering of the one-term brigade and the two-term brigade. Because if you ask me, we had a mission to transform this country, and we've not achieved that. We wanted our own political party. We've not gotten to that. We wanted a youth forum that would speak for and represent young people in Kenya. We've not gotten to that point. So myself, I am not in a hurry to join Linda Mwananchi or the United Opposition. I think the Gen Zs are the third force this country needs. Not saying that we will not get to the table when we're heading to the 2027, because we will agree on one candidate. But then what are we as Gen Zs bringing on the table? We don't have a party, we don't have a forum, we're not speaking with one voice. So we've been fragmented, and we've been co-opted by several political parties all over Kenya. Kuna wenye sasa wako DCP, kuna wenye wako Jubilee. unajua hizi chama ni za ukabila. So we've not achieved what we wanted. Remember, the biggest mistake Gachagua did was to get into government without a written agreement.
Okay.
And without his own political party. And he's regretted that. And he's been outspoken about it. So that will be our biggest mistake if as young people we get to an agreement with the united opposition that is not written, and we do not have our own political party or our own forum that speaks and represents the young people, we will be reduced to ashes, and that unwritten agreement will be foiled.
Do you think that the Gen Zs need a written agreement with somebody?
We need if we have to get to support the united opposition and the candidate they are going to present, because to this point I gather that Linda Mwananchi wants to work with united opposition. Sifuna has been quite vocal about that.
Okay.
He said Linda Mwananchi is not going to be the barrier to Ruto's ouster in 2027. If it takes the Linda Mwananchi team to forfeit their presidential ambitions for one candidate who probably might come from the united opposition, himself as Sifuna is very willing to let that happen. Is willing to collaborate with any candidate and campaign for that particular candidate who might be fronted by the entire
If you listen to Kimani Ichung'wah, he's very dismissive of the united opposition and the people that were in Kisii today. Because whenever you hear the government talk, they are pretty confident. Odhiambo will tell you that they are pretty confident that they will not have a problem with the election of 2027. Ruto is already, around the bend, while opposition, nobody has been given the baton to actually even follow Ruto wherever Ruto is going. So here you are as a Gen Z, you don't have an agreement with anybody. You are scattered all over the place, but also you are also saying one term. So then what is the idea then?
I am not saying one term. I am saying Ruto must go.
But that's one term.
It is conflated for one term.
Come on, Mulamba.
It is conflated.
When you say Ruto must go, and you are saying one term.
When we started this conversation about removing William Ruto from power, we were not pro one term. We were pushing for the impeachment of William Ruto constitutionally through parliament, or a march to State House. We got to this one-term shenanigans because Gachagua pushed us this route, and because he was unwilling, same as the other opposition leaders, they were unwilling to marshal numbers in parliament to table a motion to impeach William Ruto. Unaona mtu comedian kama Caleb Amisi anasema munipe 24,000 likes niekelee impeachment motion. Do you really need likes as an MP to table an impeachment motion? We told these guys, you only need 100 members of parliament to table this motion.
To impeach Ruto?
Yes, you guys already have the numbers. 100 members.
You can actually impeach Ruto, right?
Yes, you can impeach the president. We will get to that.
Yeah. But you can impeach Ruto for using 100 MPs.
Yes, you have to table tabling the motion needs 100 MPs.
Yeah.
Now ukiangalia hii united opposition, Jubilee has 25 members of parliament, Wiper has 25 members of parliament.
Is 50.
That is already 50. Then wako na hizi chama zingine zenye haziko Kenya Kwanza. Alafu wako na ODM party yenye iko Linda Mwananchi, almost 15 to 20 members of parliament. So they could easily get the 100 members of parliament. Yes, and I told them, table that motion. I have said this straight up to the MP for Kitui Central, Makali Mulu. I have sent some word to Babu Wino to table that motion. Na tukawaambia sisi hatuwapei kazi mingi, wekelea hiyo motion, hii kazi ingine ya kuweka pressure iende second reading na third reading tuachieni hiyo. Sababu mimi siwezi ekelea. I am not an elected member of parliament. We are banking on you guys to table that motion.
Okay, so once that motion is tabled in parliament and Ruto goes home the first week of August, what happens? You go to elections.
If Ruto was impeached,
yes,
I understand.
Let's say in August.
No, if he was impeached in 2024, like we wanted.
Okay,
like
no. But are you still pushing for the impeachment? It is water under the bridge.
Right now, I don't think we have as much as enthusiasm to impeach Ruto as we had in 2024 and 2025. People are already gathering pace and momentum for to vote in 2027.
The last question that I want to ask you before I go to Odhiambo is that we thought that the Gen Z had gone with Sifuna. So when you are saying that you guys are scattered all over the place, then What is going on when you say scattered? By the way, Ruto is getting a lot of Gen Zs back. You know, Kasmuel is back to Ruto. You know, Alionya is back to Ruto. You know, Oguda, he's not a Gen Z, but you know, Akukaribu has gone back to Ruto. Castro Ongoya, who was in Safina party the other day, has gone back to Ruto. You know, Kish from Nairobi University has gone back to Ruto. I mean, Ruto is picking them from the streets. What is going on?
This is not the first time this has happened. You remember Youth for KANU in 1992, a group of around 23 was it brothers and sisters or something, who were campaigning for the re-election of President Daniel Arap Moi. So essentially, you'll always get conmen, charlatans, double speakers, and say probably scavengers who are looking for the best opportunity in government. And that happens in every government. Sio kila mtu anaimba one term ako one term, sio kila mtu anaimba opposition ako opposition.
But then how does that make you feel that your comrades have actually left you in the streets where you guys fought and they're now singing the government? I saw Leonya's post on Facebook. Every time Ruto put something anasindikiza kabisa mpaka ifike.
Wacha sasa Alionya. Kuna mtu anasema Ruto is my dad. I am defending my dad. You guys should love
But
my
then
dad.
what does that make you feel? Because that is your fellow Gen Z. And they cannot all be charlatans and scavengers, can they?
I feel betrayed because because to be honest, I do not find any justification for anyone supporting William Ruto if you at one point opposed him. For someone who genuinely supported William Ruto from the start, youth leaders who mobilized for him, young people who campaigned for him, young people who've been solely behind him and primarily behind him, those that have been campaigning for him and probably kumsafishia jina to this particular point. I do not have a problem with those guys. Probably they are lost, but sasa wow, they've been genuine from the beginning. But I have a problem with someone who we fought William Ruto with on the streets, but changed tune. Kwa sababu maybe opportunity ilipatikana mahali akawekwa ofisi kama messenger, mtu wa mkono, receptionist. That is my biggest bone of contention, and it hurts me because looking at the history of William Ruto and the history of Kalonzo.
I know that, but before I go to the upper, I want to ask you one more question. Don't you think that the idea that Ruto is picking all these people from the streets, and I'm using picking here very, very loosely, don't you think that the more these people go back to Ruto, the more the chances that you're losing the 2027 election, that one term, or whatever you call it, it is up in smoke, is it not?
It is not up in smoke, and as I wind up on those that have betrayed us and betrayed the cause. I was just explaining how William Ruto betrayed the cause in 1992. And how young people over time, hata si Kenya peke yake, even in other countries, in other movements, in other revolutions, have betrayed the cause before. And unfortunately, we got to elect, or I don't know how William Ruto got to power. We got to elect people who've betrayed us over and over again. William Ruto was pushing for Daniel Arap Moi's re-election. William Ruto decampaigned the constitution 2010. William Ruto was involved in the 2007 post-election violence. He was even taken to ICC for the same. And we actually voted.
Allow me to stay with this gentleman for a minute. You know,
how do we actually vote for this guy?
And then comes 2022.
So we vote for betrayers.
And then comes 2022, and Ruto gets 7 million votes.
I'm just saying,
is he a magician?
I'm just saying I have not even come to agreement.
I want to go to Odhiambo. You are paying the people that fought for the country and turning them into a big choir for the president. You Kasmuel, Alionya, and all of them.
Salira gets too.
Yes, they have all gone back. At what point did they get their Damascus moment? Number one. Question number two. What is going on with this constituency, the Gen Z? Because according to Gen Z, Mr. Mulamba, it looks like he's not interested in Sifuna. It looks like Sifuna wanted to take them to Wamunyoro, but then they have climbed down from the mountain and they are climbing down. I don't know where they're going. What is going on? I have a feeling that you have really, really destroyed the psyche of these people as a government, and it is very worrying.
It should not be worrying, because politics is the organization of communities and advancing their interests towards a government or within a government. The challenge of Mulanda and his type of people who think like he thinks, which for me is very pedestrian thinking, is thinking that because they are born and told things happen a particular way, that is how things actually happen. Now, when you're young as Mulamba, you'll be operating in black and white. But as you grow older, to the ages where Jagero you are and the ages where now I'm getting into, you realize the world is gray. It's not black and white. And you have to operate within the gray. An imagination of uprooting a government is quite a bold, youthful, and wishful thinking of uprooting a whole government. Okay? And also misplacing and misdirecting your emotions. Where people like him imagine that you can walk straight to State House and push out the president and he goes away. It never happens like that. Nowhere in the world. So what is happening that you're talking about Damascus moment of these Gen Zs? Gen Zs had a legitimate question. It had nothing to do with the president. Okay. Let's first clarify that. Everything that the Gen Zs were clamoring for, was to do with sections of the Finance Bill 2024. And those sections, they were saying, remove X, Y, Z from the Finance Bill. Then later on, it morphed into, please, now we just don't want to remove sections. We want to reject it in its entirety. Okay? And we saw the demonstrations in town, which is a right. And it was largely peaceful, until the day that a breach happened in Parliament, regrettable as it was. We all know Parliament is a protected area. You'll be shot dead when you try to go inside there. State House, people have been shot dead in State House, not once, not twice. Maybe it's just that the media does not focus on it much. You hook a fence at State House or you even knock that gate A, you'll be shot dead. You try to go to Central Bank, try and even take a photo around Central Bank. You will see for yourself what happens there. Okay? So let's say, for the political process, these gentlemen and ladies breached and went into Parliament. That was a strong political statement on what? On Parliament. It had nothing to do with the president up to that moment. I think you were alive and you saw these things in this country. The only point of difference came when a section of politicians took advantage of what was going on and wanted now to proceed and morph this thing into an anti-president, not now, anti-parliament. And you saw somebody who I call Simon Makonde, born on Monday and on Sunday is an MP, and on the following Monday is a deputy president, was in Mombasa. The government must speak in one language, Jagiro. One of the sections of government that you can never, ever criticize publicly is called the National Intelligence Service, because they're undermining national security. Once the enemy understands that there is chaos within the country and the National Intelligence Service is not together, or the government is speaking in different voices, then you must align. Even in your house, you can't allow your wife to be talking a different language and talking a different language. You either conform and speak one language, but sort your issues within the bedroom, okay? Or you go your separate ways. Hakuna serikali ya pembe mbili. So then Gachagua goes to Mombasa, excited as a child that he wants things to happen. The real scavengers of this country politically are those people who are now taking advantage of the vulture. And the vulture, as that time was Gachagua. If he had the political goodwill for the regime, what he would have done, in my view, and I don't deserve to advise Gachagua and his team. I'm not in any shape and form to advise him. But this is just my opinion. He should have talked to the president privately. Because the president loses, he too loses. It's just like I always say, when you take somebody's hand, Jagero, and you put up, yours doesn't remain down. But if you take somebody's hands and you push it down, yours doesn't remain up. So there's lack of emotional intelligence by Gachagua to understand that if you push a different narrative, you're going to inspire the youth to actually breach State House. Now, to people like Mulanda, again, they don't understand that our democracy has come to a level where we can disagree ideologically. We don't have to go to the level of meting violence in the state. Because if today Ruto was pushed out of that office, who would we be having as a deputy president, as a president, after the removal of Ruto in that fashion?
Today?
Yes.
Kindiki?
No. It's Gachagua.
At that time?
At that time.
Oh, okay, I see.
You must ask yourself the Q bono question or Q bono question. I don't know how to pronounce it. Q bono. That question will answer for you a very simple element of politics. That who is the beneficiary of a possible outcome? When Ruto is overthrown, there are two people who will have benefited. One was the military. Because the military is the only body that can declare a decree and setting aside of the constitution and rule by what I always call fiat. Two, it will be the progress of the constitutional order, where we say, since the state has been overthrown, the government has been overthrown, then let's look within the political organization. If there's consensus between the political organization and the military, then the civilian rule proceeds, with Gachagua becoming the what? The deputy president, the president then, and appointing a deputy president. Now, this same Gachagua, who he cannot align to today, he's telling us that it was necessary to push Ruto out of power so to finish the job. It's very pedestrian and elementary thinking. That you can push the president who is democratically elected and then bring somebody else who is more vile. Let's say Ruto is vile. I don't refuse. Let's say that's the thinking of Gen Zs. But is Gachagua the better option at that moment? And are we saying that we'd rather have no state?
I think he was outside Kenya when that conversation was going on.
No.
The conversation was clear. Ruto goes home, Gachagua also goes home.
And that's what I'm calling elementary thinking.
Haikuwa tunabakisha Gachagua. So wewe to kwa hiyo notion ya ni kama tulisema Gachagua ndio ana take over.
You're speaking, I was very quiet.
No, I am correcting you. I'm giving you a point of information.
You can't correct because
I'm giving you a point of
now
information.
Now you are in the class of politics.
At no point the Gen Zs preferred Gachagua over Ruto.
And I will tell you,
we wanted both gone.
That is the naivety
so anzia hapo,
which you must outgrow.
Call us naive, call us ignorant.
You are naive, my brother Mulanda.
It's okay, anzia hapo.
I'm not afraid to tell you that. You are naive politically.
No problem.
And in this table, I can teach you politics.
I know.
That I can tell you for sure.
I understand.
Because you cannot claim that you want to destabilize a nation by removing the presidential order. It has never happened in this country. You Gen Zs who were born yesterday, what makes you think that you can uproot a state and have a country?
It is their country.
It can never happen.
Did Nepal uproot the entire government or didn't they?
This is Kenya, this is not Nepal. This is Kenya.
There's a first time for everything. After all, this is the first time we have a chicken seller as president.
That first time...
There is a first time for everything.
Is it really a chicken case?
I don't know, but this is the first time we have a hustler as president.
And this gentleman is interrupting. I will interrupt him, and you know me. So we can neither decide to be civil or we go a shouting match.
But I
was giving a point of information.
A point of interjection.
So there's a way you make it. No, there's a way you make it. You say, I would wish you interject.
Okay.
And I will give space.
Okay, great.
You don't just jump into my conversation. No.
Are you finding it difficult to explain yourself?
No, I'm finding it very easy. But he's being jittery.
He's jittery.
He's jittery. Just to hear.
Okay,
the point is this. My point is this. That uprooting a presidency is a possibility, yes. Okay? But what happens after you try that is what is the repercussion that we are saying. We would have no state. Raila, for example, would have benefited, quote unquote, from uprooting Ruto and Gachagua. How would he have benefited? Would have gone into civil strife. You wrote a book about Rwanda. You know what happened when Habyarimana and his team of Hutus thought that the Tutsis are useless people who should not be leading them. And when they tried to uproot those useless people who should not be leading them, 1 million people died in exactly 100 days. Civil strife is what a mind that is uncultured thinks is the best solution. Some things you must operate within management. And the first management order that we have is that, hey, if the president is not working, if the president is corrupt, if the president is too bad, then the parliament has the right to impeach that president. And if that's not a possibility at that moment, then you wait for 5 years and remove this president constitutionally. Today we would have no state if Raila didn't stand. I'm telling you. Even this
how about the Gen Zs? Tell me about the Gen Zs that are being picked from the streets by Mr.
Nobody is picking Gen Zs from the street. For example, when we started Political Headache, and I remember meeting Alionya at our first town hall, I did talk to Alionya. At that time, she was against Babu Owino. And I told Alionya, there's a way politics is done. Politics could be black and white for you.
Okay.
Politics is very gray. Because, wonder why Raila, who was jailed by Moi for 9 years, separating him from his family, came to be the Secretary General of KANU and served as a Minister for Energy and served as whatever means in KANU. Wonder why the same Raila who was betrayed by Uhuru or Kibaki or whatever came and worked with all these people. If he was to maintain his true face and deal with them with his true face, these guys would have disappeared. Okay? In politics, my brother, one thing you must accept is that they're laid down procedures. And you must not think that your generation is so special that because just by the form of your existence, you can tell us who are older than you that your thinking is much better and much smarter than us who have tolerated this system as it is. We know.
Yeah, but if
we know that we can correct.
If you guys have been, voting in Uhuru and Moi and so on and so forth, the question the Gen Zs have got the right to question your ability to make proper judgment.
That I agree.
Yes.
The Gen Zs have a right to question.
Yes.
The Gen Zs have a right to differ ideologically, but they don't have a right to stop our rights. Okay, of exercising our democratic rights by saying that you people, you cannot vote. In fact, they've said it. I don't know if you've heard. They've said it that they will snatch IDs of parents. So that parents don't go and make foolish decisions.
Yes, for sure.
These foolish decisions are what have produced them very bright people. They've been produced by foolish decisions of their parents. We agree.
They're looking at the country since 63 and they're saying, look, it's not looking pretty.
There are systemic challenges.
And we are here to deal with it to the ambo.
There are systemic challenges.
Yes.
The problem here is, Jagero, look at this in this way. And I want to be let me come down and be very frank with you on particular issues.
Okay.
If we look at ourselves in the mirror,
okay,
and do a comparative analysis to other states around the world, when countries are small, they are made by people. When countries are big, they make people.
Okay.
What
does that mean in English?
President Jomo Kenyatta, being the founding father of this nation, defiled this nation deeply. Okay? By having an extractionist mentality that ni kunyakua. Kwa sababu tulinyakua uhuru, tunaendelea kunyakua. You are even nyakuaring from your brothers. Nobody in the post-colonial era in Kenya was hurt more than the Kikuyus themselves by their own Kenyatta. Okay? By their own Kenyatta.
Do you want to interject?
Just a minute, you will. You will have his time. By their own Kenyatta. When we came to President Moi, didn't have an idea of what the presidency was.
Yeah.
Got it by luck.
Okay.
Then stayed on by a dint of a coup which was aborted. Stayed on for 24 years. Had no idea of what a government is. Didn't even know how to run a government. Then comes President Kibaki, who understands economics, who gives Kenya a semblance of what it deserves to be. Okay? Then comes Kenyatta. Who votes these people in the now let me say the democratic era of Kenya? It is the voter down there who is brainwashed by their politicians and who is captured by identity politics, that since Mulama is a Kamba, we're going to vote a fellow Kamba. Right now, you are seeing these same Gen Zs, quote unquote, who are very super, who know the right thing to do. They're reverting very fast, very quick back to their tribes. What happened to the tribeless nation? What happened to the leaderless whatever? And now you're asking Jagero, what's happening? Why these were being picked? Nobody's picking them. Nobody has picked Alionya. Alionya has joined kwa hiari yake. Nobody has picked Kasmuel. Kasmuel joined kwa hiari yake. Because the time comes when you must make a decision. If the team that you think you're part of, that you're going to lead, is misbehaving, they're talking like this guy is talking, would you want to be part of such an organization? People are directionless. They don't have an idea of where they're going. You must accept
They went to Sifuna and Sifuna took them to Wamunyoro. They left him. That's what they did.
And I've said here before, myself, I voted for Sifuna. And I said, I think Sifuna is an outsider. And Wanjigi looks like an outsider. These guys look like they have an understanding. I was shocked to see Wanjigi at Wamunyoro. I was shocked yesterday seeing Joachim here biting his mouth endlessly and his body betraying him throughout. He can't explain what Jimmy Wanjigi went to do at Wamunyoro.
Can I ask you what he went to do at Wamunyoro?
You know.
No, I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
What is it?
He's gone there to do consultations, to find a way. He was, well, mimi si one term, si two term, nini, mimi niko peke yangu. Then all of a sudden, unapata kuna na Wamunyoro. What are they talking about?
What are they talking about?
The people are trying to form government. These fellows will be shocked. Ruto is 10 steps ahead of them.
Can
From
I
a
come
political standpoint.
Yeah.
Can I come in?
I want to bring in this gentleman. Mr. You've heard what Odhiambo is saying, and you're a Gen Z, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is going on? I want to give you an opportunity to respond to what Mr. Mulamba has been talking about. About Gen Zs are now leaderless. They took off to the mountain. They wakateremka. Now Ruto has picked them all over the place.
Okay.
What do you think? Do you think government is unleashing money to pick these young people like you, or wanaingia kwa serikali kwa hiari yao?
Okay. I want to agree and also disagree with him on certain matters. I do agree that uprooting a government might not be the best way to go about it.
Okay.
Especially if we ask ourselves an honest question: if Ruto must go, the deputy president must go, then we must be willing to provide an alternative.
Okay.
We cannot say someone must go and leave a vacant position. So my issue with my generation is that we need to have honest discussion and come up with a recommendation.
Okay.
Or a divergent opinion or another way of doing it. So unfortunately, I don't know whether to blame the system of education or how we are or something, but we need to be more innovative in our thinking. For example, the way, different politicians, right now the opposition, they're speaking, they're criticizing the government, which is their job. There's something the economics call the shadow policy agenda.
Okay.
You should provide what political solution are we offering. So right now, I do agree. The fact that the president should be blamed when the state is not doing well.
Okay.
Because you're the person on top, you're the leader, you should be blamed. But as much as you're blamed, also we need to, as much as we're holding you accountable, we should find a solution. We should come up with an alternative to that thinking. So I don't think the government is, as much as yes, they might be using money, but they found that the Gen Z are hungry. Some of these people, maybe they were given jobs. Some of them were given money. Yeah, some people, last time when we were here, I felt most people were auditioning.
Okay.
Yes, everyone has to say, amesoma he, because utaitwa hapo upate kazi. Well, it's not bad. I agree, all Gen Zs, you should audition, you get jobs and all of that. But when the buck stops, when we come to the real conversation, we should be honest with ourselves. We should be the leaders that we want to come and
So what then do you think? What do you think is happening? Do you think that the Gen Z are moving away because they feel like there is nothing for them where they are? Do you think they've given up? That
I feel the Gen Z is being or they're falling back to the same old system.
Okay.
They're conceiving, or they're conceding. Yes. Okay. They're conceding. They're going back to the same arrangements.
And what would be the reason? Because if you are attempting to go into a newer house, but then you are retreating into the old house that you had before, perhaps it's leaking.
That happens when you lack leadership with vision.
Okay.
What the Gen Z is lacking, they're lacking leadership. Because when you have leadership, you have vision.
Okay.
So, for example,
leadership
my brother,
amongst themselves,
for example,
that they can look
my
after.
brother, he told us he wanted to be governor of Nairobi.
Okay.
That would be okay. But then I would ask him, what is your vision? What can you do differently? So that is what, when you ask any Gen Z when they come here, when we tell them, we are ready to give you those opportunities, but what is your plan? That would be a very difficult question for them to answer.
Okay.
So the problem with Gen Z is that they have not really audited the real problem. They are not really honest with themselves. Myself included, I try to be honest with myself. And using your platform, I don't shy away from being a sober debater and trying to argue that we need to have common sense. What option? Wallahi, we still have enough time till next year. What type of presidency do we want? What type of governor, what type of MP do we want? And if we're saying we cannot impeach a president, then it means the MP who is representing you in parliament is the problem.
So you have Gachagua, who is not Gen Z.
Yes.
You have Kalonzo, who is not Gen Z.
Yes.
You have Sifuna, who is not Gen Z.
Yes.
You have Maraga, who is not Gen Z.
Yes.
You have Matiang'i, who is not Gen Z. You, as a person,
yes,
who is your presidential candidate as we stand? Or are you supporting Ruto?
So unfortunately,
you look like a Ruto supporter.
Unfortunately, unfortunately,
yeah.
You know, I said no one has wooed me, or no one has presented something that I'd work to conform with.
Okay.
You're getting, unfortunately, but I'm still looking at the situation.
I'm still like
looking
Ruto?
at their behavior. I don't want to like Ruto. I don't need to like Ruto.
Okay.
Me, all I want is a good president. Yani, I
even
wrote here.
But is Ruto a good president?
I'm less interested in coalition. I'm more interested in impact.
Is Ruto a good president?
Naam?
Ruto, is he a good president? If elections were held today, would you vote for Ruto or no?
One thing is for certain.
Okay.
You're getting. I do like some elements of Ruto.
Okay.
For example, I've seen his competency level, how he works hard. He works up very early in the morning. That level of competency can be seen in him. We have seen some projects being done. We can question how they have been done. We can question who have the responsible people were. Then it means as a leader, we need to hold him into account. In my humble opinion, as an individual, you know, no one is a total devil.
Okay.
If people are total devils, then all of these people there are total devils.
So then the question is, there is some competency around Ruto.
Some competency, not around Ruto, in Ruto. If
Ruto were put together with Matiang'i, with Wamunyoro, with Maraga, with Sifuna, who comes top for you?
Oh, you just want me to say someone?
Yeah, who comes top for you? Is it Ruto?
I will tell you.
Come on.
You get it?
Money in the box.
If honestly, I have to take a box.
Okay.
If I'm taking a box, currently with how things are, you know, I'd really want to see something new.
Okay.
But then I fear, you know, what is, you know, there's something I fear with how our election is done and all of that.
Okay.
You know, I even said when I came here, you know, who is backing these people? You know, I'm afraid of those people who are behind the shadow. For example, if you're saying you need more than 10 billion, 20 billion to campaign.
Okay.
And then these people are being funded by drug dealers. They are being funded by those deep state people who are the rot in our systems. Then we cannot expect anything different. You see, my problem with Ruto, let me tell you right now, is the fact that perhaps he owes too many people. He has to prove his loyalty, or has to reward loyalty for so many people.
Okay.
And development should not be about rewarding a loyalty or punishing for people who did not agree with you.
Okay, thank you very much. I want us to play the Sifuna video, but this gentleman has got something to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will allow you to say that after you played what was happening in Kisii today.
Okay. Nataka nichukue nafasi kutoa pesa yangu kisha niwaongeleshe kidogo. Si hiyo ni sawa? Wamama warembo wamama Asante sana. Mimi hapa niko na 150,000 Kenya shillings. Wale wajane ambao wako hapa siku ya leo, tuko hapa kwa sababu serikali imekataa kufanya kazi. Kama serikali ingefanya kazi, hatungekuwa na hii fundraising.
Na kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, leo niko Kisii hapa nikiwa bado katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM, seneta wa Nairobi na naibu kiranja wa walio wachache kwenye bunge la Senate. Tumesimama hapa leo tukuje tukae na nyinyi kina mama wetu. Kwanza niseme poleni sana, kwa sababu hii mkutano tumeahirisha mara mingi sana. Tulikuwa na deni ya kina mama wetu wa hapa Kitutu Churches South.
Nilikuja hapa nikafungiwa katika police station ya Kisii, na Wakisii wakajitokeze mpaka nikatolewa pale kwa police station nikipelekwa kule Kilgoris. Kwa sababu hiyo najua Wakisii ni wanaume.
Sababu kazi yetu ni kulinda wananchi. Tutataja hao viongozi ambao wanashirikiana na William Ruto kuharibu Kenya. Mnataka niwataje? Haya, nikisema jina unasema shame
Na mseme kwa sauti kabisa, Kasongo tunajua anaangalia hii mambo tunafanya hapa leo. Wa kwanza nikitaja jina mnasema shame on you. William Ruto! William Ruto!
Okay, all right. So that is what is going on. I want to go to Mulamba. Mulamba, there is something that you wanted to say before we go to Kisii. In half a minute or a minute before we go to the Kisii, and I want you to tell me, what do you think about what was happening in Kisii? We had Maraga there, we had Matiang'i was missing there. I want you to speak about those things.
Before I get to that, let me get to the betrayers conversation.
Because you had already done it, so
Yes.
I would expect you not to belabor the point.
No, I just need a minute.
Okay.
History is replete with betrayers of movements, revolutions, and parties who've been punished by the same history.
Okay.
America gained its independence in 1783 when it signed the Treaty of Paris.
Okay.
Before that, the colonies declared independence from Great Britain on July 4th, 1776. And they had to fight a long war to win it. But there was one betrayer, Benedict Arnold,
Okay.
who surrendered the fortress of West Point to the British in exchange for money and a commission.
Okay.
His name became synonymous with betrayal. And even though he betrayed the American Revolution, America went ahead to gain independence, and he was punished for it. Blaise Compaoré, the vice president to Thomas Sankara, who aided the Western powers to topple Sankara, was sentenced to life in prison. I think this was, let me just get it right, was sentenced. Bukinabe court has sentenced former President Blaise Compaoré for life imprisonment for the murder of his predecessor, the revered Thomas Sankara. The long-awaited verdict on Wednesday brought to a close a 6-month trial. And the list goes on to the collaborators and the home guards who betrayed the Mau Mau, and we still gained independence in this country, but we've never punished those guys. We must punish those guys at one point in time, kwa sababu walichukua mashamba ya Mau Mau na watu wa Mau Mau wanalia. Georges Danton of France, Leon Trotsky of Russia, Vidkun Quisling of Norway, Casmuel Makaure of Kenya, Roslyn Alionya of Kenya, Omwansa, the prodigal son of William Ruto, and the list goes on. We want to remind these people that we know you sell us out for your needs and your wants. We know you are selfish. We know you have low empathy for the cause. We know you've insecurity issues, and we know you make poor choices. But we want to remind you that we will not be as kind as we will not be as kind as the world was with betrayers before. Remember, the Mau Mau were actually beheading, decapitating their own betrayers. Fast forward to this country, right now we can sit in the same room with a traitor and a betrayer, and I would not be tempted to kill them. But I want to remind them that even though William Ruto, a betrayer to the cause, became president, hiyo mistake hatufanyi tena. Kama wako na political ambitions, wachukua waeke mahali kwa jeneza, kwa kofi na wazike. We are not going to vote for traitors and betrayers to the cause. Not again. Now let me get to the Kisii rally. Well, it was a show of might at Kisii. You can see by the crowds, the mammoth of crowds, the mammoth crowd, sorry, that Edwin Sifuna, the entire Linda Mwananchi brigade pulled. Na unaweza ona watu wenyewe wanapendwa. And probably they are pushing the conversation that the common Mwananchi wants to hear. And from the speeches they made, you can only guess their true intention and enthusiasm to fight for this country. You can see they spared no words to speak truth to power and defend the common Mwananchi who has really suffered in the hands of this current regime. Starting with Osotsi, who came with his own list, sijui alitoa wapi, of name and shame those politicians he thinks are cooperating with the current system, and they are culpable of or liable for the current malfeasance and maladministration we have in Kenya. Beginning with William Ruto, you can see how the crowd was cheering when he was mentioning the names Simba Arati, Actually, they overcheered when he mentioned Simba Arati in his own home ground at Kisii, Wanga, Duale, Ishungwa, and so on. He also went on to name politicians he feel are politically correct and have decided to stand firmly by the side of the people and defend the people. Started with Orengo, Babu, Sifuna, Kangata, Kibagendi, and the list goes on. And he came up with a new slogan, I don't know where he got it, that we are 15 million strong as Linda Mwananchi. Yeah, I think that is political signaling. When we get to Orengo, Orengo says, Wakisii ni wanaume walikuja kunitoa station wakati nilikamatwa. You can see he's trying to appeal to that tribal cocoon. I will not spare words for it, because I still hate the fact that we have to mobilize tribally.
Okay, so we have Irungu Kangata, we have Faith Odhiambo, we have Pauline Njoroge. What is going on there? Because we know Pauline Njoroge belongs to Jubilee, and we know that Irungu Kangata belongs to UDA. So what is going on there?
If you would ask me, Irungu Kangata should not be anywhere close to opposition.
Okay, why?
This guy campaigned for William Ruto. This guy is in the UDA party. This guy actually voted for William Ruto, and probably at one point bankrolled his campaign. We know that most of these MPs, senators, and gubernatorial aspirants who were in the UDA back then really contributed chunks of money to push the campaign to the tail end, including Gachagua, who says he contributed close to 5 billion shillings. I cannot imagine, I cannot even understand, I cannot unravel his hypocrisy right now in ditching UDA, the party he campaigned for, and ditching William Ruto, his favorite presidential candidate. Kwa sababu kwa hiyo ballot kulikuwa na Wajakoya, kulikuwa na Raila Odinga, kulikuwa na Waiga Mwaure, lakini alisema hataki hao, alisema my gentleman is William Ruto. My long-term friend, he fondly refers to William Ruto as an ally. So when did Ruto now become an enemy? When did the UDA party now not become the party for the people? When did the current administration miss its mark and get off rail? Too bad that the situation could not be salvaged. And instead of working around as an inside of the UDA party, working around to probably turn around the trajectory of their party to the right path for the people, he decides to run away cowardly to the united opposition to appeal to the Mount Kenya people who've moved on from the government. If you would ask me, I think leaders are supposed to set tone and the tempo for the ground or for the common mwananchi. They are not supposed to be dictated by the people. I know this is controversial, but look at it this way. Now we support Rigathi Gachagua in 2027, for example, and probably I get elected by his own party or with his own party. Then 2 years down the line, after the people have moved on, probably, I don't know what William Ruto did to the people of Mount Kenya. I'm not trying to be satirical.
You don't know what he did to them.
I'm not trying to be satirical. Because before he impeached Gachagua, they had already moved on from William Ruto's government. Gachagua aliwapata huko. So this guy is trying to be political. Aliwapata wametoka huko nje kwenye sisi tuko tumekuwa tukikula baridi, wakakuja kutujoin tukule baridi pamoja. So this guy wants to appeal to the people. He wants to move with the political waves, they call them. And that has been our biggest problem in this country. Most politicians do not have a spine. I heard Onesmus Ngongoyo, the MP for, I think, Kajiado, saying that he's moved on from UDA and from William Ruto, and they no longer see eye to eye. Same with Njeri Maina. I need to remind you guys, you voted for William Ruto. You supported UDA, while there were other candidates on the ballot. Kwa meni na mtu wenu hadi mwisho. Hii political usangwenyeism na hypocrisy inafaa tumalize. This duplicitous behavior must come to an end. If you are voted by this party, wewe kwama nayo hadi mwisho.
But you're not telling me what Pauline Njoroge and Irungu Kangata are doing there. What are they doing in Linda Mwananchi exactly?
I think Pauline Njoroge,
because Pauline Njoroge is from Jubilee Party.
I think so Pauline Njoroge is representing the interest of Uhuru Kenyatta in the Linda Mwananchi camp. Mimi hata sielewi anafanya nini huko. This is the same woman who was over criticizing Raila Odinga when she was in Jubilee back then. Akisema maandamano inaharibu nchi, akisema Raila ni mzee wa kusumbua, akisema huyu mzee hata hiyo presidential petition itupwe kando, ni mambo ya fununu na propaganda, na hata uchaguzi Uhuru Kenyatta alishinda. So sasa amekuja kupenda Raila kwa sababu Raila alifanya handshake na Uhuru. The same man, she took she went to great lengths to fight for almost 7 years. Sasa hiyo upuzi ndio mnataka sasa tuweke tuanze kucelebrate. I will not celebrate Pauline Onyango. Mimi Pauline Njoroge hata jina imebadilikia kwenye imebadilikia. Hao watu ni wanafiki sana. Na
wanafiki
sana na inanikwaza sana. Ni kama saa hii ile team ya ODM ambao saa hii imeamua wacha sisi tu support William Ruto. Hawa watu wa ODM wenye wameenda kusupport William Ruto, it is their democratic choice, nakubali. Hawa ndio walituambia William Ruto is not a choice. Wakatuambia tukwame na Raila Odinga, tukakwama na yeye, tukapiga 6.9 milioni yetu. Sasa hawa watu wenye walisema William Ruto is not the choice ndio wanasema, Mishi Mboko kwanza anasema I have seen the light. Alisema hivyo leo huko Eldoret. Akasema nimeona William Ruto is a gentleman. Tumeona William Ruto is a performer. Tumeona William Ruto ni mtu wa kupeleka hii Kenya mbele. Bwana, mumeona saa ngapi? Kwa nini hamkuona hivyo 2022?
Waje lui kilikana kama Odhiambo.
Mbona hamkuona hivyo 2022? Hawakumpigia kura 2022.
Clearly they chose Raila Odinga. Vile Raila alienda nyumbani, sasa hii anasherekea wamerudi.
Clearly they chose Raila Odinga over Ruto. Like myself, mimi nilipea Raila kura because I would never find myself voting for William Ruto hata in another life. Lakini sasa hawa jamaa wenye walituambia huyu jamaa hatufai tumpe uongozi, tunajua historia yake na karakta yake, ndio leo watu wa kwanza kumpigia debe, ndio watu wa kwanza kumtetea.
Wacha niende kwa Odhiambo. Swali ninataka kumuuliza sahi. Odhiambo Maraga alikuwa huko, ameketi na Sifuna na Babu na wengineo. Tulikuwa na Irungu Kang'ata alikuwa huko. Tulikuwa na huyu jamaa huyu Pauline Njoroge rafiki yako pia alikuwa huko. Faith Odhiambo your friend pia alikuwa huko kama na support from the base. What is going on with Irungu Kang'ata?
Irungu Kang'ata is one of the most sober politicians in this country that we have. I like him a lot.
Okay.
Because he's not just a politician, he's a political leader. He understands the tenets of leadership, that it requires carrying a vision, communicating it properly to the people, and helping them achieve that vision by proper execution following the laws that are laid down.
Okay.
He is an exemplification of what decency in leadership looks like. Decency in politics looks like. Gentleman politics. And I think other than Kibaki, is one of those very good political gentlemen. So his presence in Linda Mwananchi is beautiful. I also laud Maraga for joining Linda Mwananchi. It's a beautiful thing, either as a team member or whatever. I think there's more strength with him working with Linda Mwananchi as it is. What breaks my heart to date still, as I've always said, is everybody is telling you that please marry that girl, but you're refusing to see what these people are seeing. Maybe you have your own reservations or you have your own plans. You're obsessed with another girl who does not like you, but this one is ready here, ready to like you, and everybody is seemingly selling Sifuna. You are looking like the leader. Can you be the leader? But him saying mimi ndaongozwa na Kalonzo, ndaongozwa na Wamunyoro. Okay? So whatever they went to do there was beautiful. I love it. It shows the kind of leadership that we need in this country. If we're looking for an alternative, even Britain, they talk about alternatives. America talks about alternatives. We are allowed to check on alternatives. So I agree that their presence there is beautiful. That lady called Pauline Njoroge, I have my reservations as well against her. But again, I always say, it's only fools that don't change their minds. I think Pauline Njoroge is changing her mind. It's beautiful. If she's joining the Linda Mwananchi team, it's a good alternative. It's a worthy opponent. You know, you could have an opponent, Jagero, that you'd be proud to have as an opponent, that you'd be proud to hand over power to. But there's some opponents you look at and you just say, oh God, I'd rather stick to power. This one's, they'll mess this country.
So you are saying that Maraga is working with Linda Mwananchi. Where are they going?
And that's the question. I'm saying them joining Linda Mwananchi is very beautiful. Them joining Linda Mwananchi is very beautiful. And I've said it again, and I've always said it, that where they're going is the question, because Sifuna has refused to take the red carpet.
Okay.
He likes walking on grass with untucked shirts like mine and looking so unpresidential. That's why wherever he goes, wherever he's going, people treat him as a subsidiary. They're like, this one, tatafutia kiti ya deputy mali, akai. Because he's not carrying himself as presidential as the people who are around him see him as.
Okay. So the crowd there is Matiangi's, ama it's Linda Mwananchi's?
Kenyans are very democratic. Kenyan crowds
whose crowd is it?
Jagero.
I am asking you as a political.
And that's what I'm telling you. Crowds are very, very democratic in this country. Crowds are listening. They're not owned by anybody. You can only rent a crowd. You cannot own a crowd. Okay? And people would want to listen to Maraga, people would want to listen to Matiang'i, people would want to listen to Ruto, and Kisii is always full.
Whose crowd was it?
It's not anybody's crowd. Nobody owns the crowd. Nobody owns a crowd. It is people showing up to listen. Okay? If Ruto goes to Kisii, huwa inajaa hivyo. So if Matiang'i goes to Kisii, huwa inajaa hivyo.
Can I come in? Can I interject?
Please do.
When you look at
I'm going back with Yambo. Just know I'm going back with Yambo.
When you look at the two crowds, you can tell a genuine and an organic crowd from an hired one.
Okay.
See, when you look at the Linda Mwananchi crowd, you don't see the Linda Mwananchi t-shirts, you don't see their capes, you don't see their branding. Hata sidhani kama wako na pesa hiyo vitu. These guys actually fundraise for a rally. Kama tunaenda rally next week, hii wiki wacha tukusanye pesa tuende hiyo rally.
Okay.
This other side is well oiled. You can tell.
Niliona kofia ya UDA ya kina Odhiambo imejaa kila mahali.
Angalia hapo Eldoret. Kila mtu amepigwa kofia yellow, kila mtu amepigwa t-shirt ya yellow. You can really tell a crowd that has been mobilized hata financially. Kwa sababu hizi vitu tunajua. Wakitoka hapo bana si ati tunaenda nyumbani na t-shirt na kofia peke yake. Lazima mlete ya sisi kuspend hours hapa. Hiyo upande mwingine nayo you have a purely organic crowd yenye kuja kukuitisha pesa ya sijui tumekaa hapa na nyinyi mtupeka allowance or something. Ni the same thing that is happening with ODM Linda Tumbo, that other side. Wanachukua mabasi, wanahaya crowds, wanabeba hadi mahali kuna venue.
As agree with him.
Acha tu nimalizie.
As agree the time was mine.
Namalizia.
Wewe unakuamilia sasa.
Namwachia. 10 seconds.
10 seconds is fine. 10 seconds is fine. Odhiambo is surely.
10 seconds Odhiambo. So ukiangalia watu wa Linda Tumbo, unaona vizuri wamekuja na basi 7, wote wamekuja wamepigwa t-shirts ama zinapeanwa hapo kwa ground na makofia. Na I'm not saying branding is bad. Lakini wamefika mahali sasa kama hatujalipa watu hawaizi kuja. There is nothing genuine about it. Si ati watu wanapenda hiyo brand, si ati watu wanakuja juu wanapenda Kenya mnasema. You have to pay them to come. Bwana the Raila we knew and the ODM we knew did not have to hire crowds. Hata hakukuwa na mabasi.
That is fine. I want to go back to them. Your 10 minutes is 10 seconds.
Before endelee, I think the Linda Mwananchi crowd is just tired of the people who are tired of the government. I don't think they support anyone there genuinely because no one there has an agenda. But these are just people who are tired. No one there in
Kisii had
no agenda. These are most people.
But you listen to the speeches that we have played.
Most of them are just Huyo Ruto. What issue? What is the issue?
You didn't hear any issue.
I didn't hear any. I mean, I just had Huyo Ruto, Huyo nani, ule mtu wa wanini, whatever. I didn't hear a real issue. So those are people who are tired with the government, and that is what the opposition is using.
Odhiambo,
yes.
Yeah.
Odhiambo, whose crowd was it?
I'll repeat to you. It's a reality we not want to accept because we are occupying our strongholds. We are occupying our. We are committed to our conviction that in this country, crowds are owned by particular people. I'll repeat to you. Whenever Uhuru Kenyatta, for example, will come to Kisumu, people will fill the street. When Raila comes, people will fill the street. People love listening. People love showing up. Because, I mean, there's
showmanship.
There's a level ukifika. You will attract people. Okay, Jagero? When we walk with you in the towns here, people will just want to come next to where you are. Have you ever realized that even those people who hate you comment very badly on your posts, when they meet you actually, they even want to take a photo with you? Why is that so? Because showing up is our culture as human beings. We are social.
So it's not Sifuna's fraud?
I don't want to say that somebody owns it, because what do you describe as ownership of a crowd?
Odhiambo.
You answer me. What do you describe as ownership?
The one that ultimately vote for you.
Okay, so have they voted for Sifuna?
Would they vote for Sifuna or
have
vote
they?
For Matiang'i?
You've said the one that ultimately votes.
Yes.
So it can only be proven after voting. Like I can tell you, Raila did not have voters.
Yes.
Raila had believers. Believers who could go suicidal for him. And I believe you saw. You saw in the instances where demonstrations were called, the Raila's supporters would show up and they would take bullets for him. Those are believers. You could say, au not Raila. Kwanza wanajulikana.
Followers.
So that is Raila's. Those are Raila's people.
We knew his people.
Okay.
Even us who were working in his house, we knew nani. These ones are Raila's people. This ones, and Raila will even talk to them.
So when we say that, hey, look at the crowd, because right now we are supposed to be mesmerized by the size of the crowds that people pull.
Why should we be mesmerized by crowds?
No, but then the understanding is these are our people. Look, these are our people came to receive us in Kisii.
Let's look at
our people came to receive us in Eldoret.
Let's look at the life cycle of a campaign and a conversion towards election. I think that's how we'll understand the ownership of crowds and the opposite. The media has reported before about crowd renting. Okay? It's a culture that happens in this country. I'm not saying Sifuna rents a crowd. Of course, people are yearning to listen to what Sifuna is saying. We've gone with you to where Sifuna is before. You've seen the crowd that shows up there. The people who have a genuine gap in their hearts, in their minds. They're yearning for something that is not forthcoming. So they want to listen. They want to. It's like Christians when they go to church. They know the Bible end to end, cover page to cover page, but there's still that lack that they want to fulfill. Okay, even when Ruto shows up there, they still want to show up and understand what else when a president. So let's not look at the trivial bit of the crowds. Let's look at when you declare your candidature. The first stage, as in any marketing scheme, is awareness. Okay. And publicity. In awareness and publicity, you are new. Everybody wants to. What is Mulanda saying? You know, this is a new guy. Let's just listen.
Kuna wenye pia wajaimuona wataka tu kumuona.
And then there's that thing called this super theory of the media. I've talked about it before. Epidemic needle theory, where the people do not have the capacity to process news, to process media stuff. It penetrates straight to their brains. Yeah. So when Jagiru shows up, Jagiru just somebody who goes to the loo, just as we do. But when he shows up in a space like in Narok, that at cafe where we like going, people are like, hey, there's Jagiru. There's nothing special about him. He's a normal man. But that bit of, the guy on TV is here. That's serious stuff. So Sifuna on TV is here. That's serious stuff. Let's go and listen. Ruto on TV is here. Matiang'i is here. People will show up for that. Okay, so awareness, stage 1. Stage 2 is engagement. Okay? Is Sifuna already having proper awareness and publicity? Of course, guaranteed. That is why he's a crowd puller for this moment, right? Now, 2, Sifuna is operating on another premise which is interesting, which is a script of Raila's script, which is called the trick of mystery. Don't announce yet. Just let the people follow. They're yearning, so they will want to know what next. So that what next keeps them close. If today Sifuna declared he's running for president today, perhaps in my thinking, I want to understand him. If he declares he's running for president, within 2 months, they will have treated him like Omtata. These guys, they want to see what next. Because Gen Zs get bored very fast. The ones, I don't know, you've employed them here.
But you're also the same person that is pushing Sifuna to make up his mind.
Because for me and my generation, if you make a decision, we start aligning and we stick by that alignment. Okay? But for them, they have lied to many. Matiang'i, gone. Omtata, the best. Maraga has been walking, has been campaigning on the top of that green car, plus his convoy, saying hi to air. Till now, he has come to the political realization that, you know what, we need to join other people so that we move together.
Are you going to say that in passing? That Maraga has realized that there is nothing here?
But I've just said it. It's not in passing. He has realized that himself hawezi. He has to combine out wengine.
Anataka kwenda kuwa deputy ya Sifuna.
Fantasy girlfriend you will never have. So after awareness, we go to engagement. Now, engagement is where structures come to be. And what I've always said, on the day of election, what matters is your structure that can ensure that your people have showed up at the polling station. And by 9 or 10 a.m., you voted. That's why you hear politicians say, tutashinda asubuhi by saa 3. That thing they always say is not just talk. It's structure, Jagiru. I can tell you I can structure for you, and we've gone with you to campaign. You've seen what we are doing somewhere in Kabondo. You ensure that you build your structures that by 9 a.m., because people turn up by 6, by 9, you are 10 people. When we show up, we're going to base vote. So now I am competing at the swing areas. Base is covered. That's what they always say, I am covered early in the morning. So is Sifuna engaging yet? No. What he's doing, he's overextending awareness, and in that overextension of awareness, there's an identity crisis, which even you're laughing at. The identity crisis is, Sifuna summited, as Sifuna used to be the legal person for this advertising firm, the one I was doing something with at that time, for my former boss. He used to be the legal guy there. And when he came to ODM, it was a very big shot. He never imagined. And he's refusing to leave that summit. In life, he will summit many times. Yeye amekwama kwa summit ya Secretary General. He's already been pushed out. Hatakikani. Ni kama mtoto umezaliwa mahali. Now, parents wanakwambia wewe sasa si wa hapa. But you're insisting. Just a minute. You're insisting. Just a minute. Let me finish my tale of thought.
Si hapo tu mahali huko kwa hiyo junction nataka kuongea na wewe kidogo. Hapo tu.
I'll lose my tale.
No, you will not write it down. That's why I provided expensive parts there. Can't use my resources.
It's not very expensive. Go ahead.
Use my resources. No.
Nimbaya.
Yeah. Okay, but the question I am asking you is, what is the idea of kukwama kwa ODM? Mimi nikiongea kama Secretary General of chama cha ODM. What is that? What exactly is going on there? Because as a political commentator and analyst, you have to figure it out for all of us, because we can't figure it out. What is going on there?
I have tried to figure it out, and I've told you, it's what is called a man in his 40s. You know what happens? Yeah.
A man in his 40s?
Yeah. You can tell this young man what happens. You are 40 plus.
Wachana now. Tuendelee.
Midlife crisis.
Sio mie hawa.
Wachana now. Tuendelee.
Okay.
Your train of thought, remember.
So
kama ni midlife crisis mtuambie.
Hapa kwa 40s.
Okay.
Iko shida. And Sifuna is in his 40s. And he's afraid, genuinely is afraid of what lies ahead, and is afraid also to withdraw from what is now. So he sticks around a bad idea for a long time. And somebody tells me all the time, don't be loyal to a bad idea. Sifuna is being loyal to a bad idea in the name of a Secretary General of ODM. Raila, who is his father, quote unquote, resigned from his own father's party and went back to the ground on a new party and contested in Nairobi and won, and was the first parliamentarian of his party. Okay? In Uganda, we've seen Ochieng David go with a new party and win, and now start to build this party ground up. What is this cowardice that Sifuna is having? That's the challenge I'm having with him, by the way. Everything else certain, but he's losing it at the identity question. Because he's having an identity crisis. When you have an identity crisis, people cannot identify with you, because people had moved from ODM. Quite a number of his supporters had moved from ODM. They're like, declare tomorrow, declare today.
Do they want to steal ODM?
There's nothing to steal. What do you steal ODM? ODM it has a few billions, and the structures that it has. You don't steal, just leave it as it is. It's on its own. This is a new age. And Sifuna was a representation of a new age. Still, he is a representation of a new age. But he's confusing his fans and his supporters and his well-wishers like myself on identity. I don't want to hear one more time Sifuna saying, nikiwa bado, mimi ndio SG wa chama cha ODM. Guy, you're irritating. Stop it. I'd rather even say, mimi ndiye Sifuna. Hata wakinifuata, mimi niko na nyinyi. Si nyinyi ndio Sifuna. Easy. Why do you stick onto the identity of you being an ODM SG? ODM imekwambia tukutaki. You're a stubborn partner who has been jilted. And now you want to just hang around. You've been jilted, accept and move on. Okay? 2, you go to engagement. As long as there's still an identity crisis with Sifuna, he's confusing the party called Linda Mwananchi, because 12 months, actually 13 months to election, they don't have a political party. Are you aware?
12 months.
12 months on election, they don't have a political party. What am I going to build the structures of a political party that will engage with the voters? What time?
Wanasema Kibaki alikuwa hapo after 3 months of election.
That is then. Today is different.
But I also think that there were so many parties around. Kibaki had only to choose.
Very well. Today, is he going to just show up with and say, mimi nimejoin hii safina, and he goes ahead with it? Remember, people are yearning for something new. Sifuna cannot be new wine in old skins. He has to appreciate the goodwill that is being given. And Jagero, Joshua Nyamori will tell you that politics is like tides of the ocean. You ride with it when the tide is up for you. When it goes, it goes. And Sifuna may want to regret in the future why he didn't resonate with the people. And I hope he wakes up early, because today I've seen a clip of my friend Babu speaking about leadership in Linda Mwananchi, which is not even a party, it's an amorphous organization. Talking about nobody can lead him, or anyone cannot lead him. We are having infighting, we're having a civil strife within Linda Mwananchi itself. Amisi ndio yule. Amekwenda. Are we possibly going to see another division?
Usutsi amesema atuendi kwa Gachagua. Amesema.
But Sifuna is saying we must sit with Gachagua. Why does Sifuna feel so compelled that he must go to Gachagua? Why doesn't he feel that he's a man enough, like a lawyer that he is, to believe, just a minute, to believe that as a man I can build my own home and the others join me? Why is he compelled to think that he must join the others and those others can't join him? I always say this, Jagiro. Rivers, okay? Oceans don't come to where rivers are. Rivers join the ocean. Sifuna to me is an ocean. I've never seen an ocean flow back to the river. It is the rivers that come to the ocean.
Well, can I tackle this issue?
Gachagua ni river. Gachagua ni river. If ndogo, they have served, they've failed in fact. Someone like Gachagua, if Ruto is bad, Gachagua is equally bad. Gachagua today cannot be a saint. If Ruto is bad and Gachagua is bad, Kalonzo with these 40 years has never placed even policy to change mattress in prison like Mudi Awuri did. Nothing. People from Ukambani, like the one sitting on my left, know the biting hunger and the water question that is in Ukambani. The fellow has never sorted even a single borehole in Ukambani. Then Kalonzo will be the worst to have. My biggest question as I finish, what is Sifuna's obsession with inferiority complex?
Inferiority complex? Mister,
can I attempt to answer the conundrum?
Which question?
The Sifuna question.
Okay.
Sifuna vied for the Kandui, or wanted to vie for the Kandui seat.
Okay.
Did he actually vie for that seat?
He did, and failed.
He vied for the senatorial seat in 2017 and failed. Then he vied for the same seat in 2022 with the blessings of Raila, and magic happened, and probably luck located him, and he got into the Senate. He's a first-time senator who's failed twice.
Okay.
Let's begin with that. Then secondly, he has political juggernauts at ODM, and I'm addressing myself to Babu Wino and Orengo.
Okay.
So you see, Linda Mwananchi is run by the trio.
Run by who?
Orengo, Sifuna, and Babu. That is without question. Orengo has the experience. He has a bigger name than him. Probably the wave has located Sifuna now, but we cannot for a fact say that Sifuna has a bigger name than Orengo if you look at the entire political spectrum. Then you have Babu Owino, who was more popular than Sifuna in 2025. And Sifuna saw the rise. I don't want to say the fall of Babu Owino, but Sifuna saw the entire political wave and tide of Babu Owino in 2024 and 2025, and that has since subsided. So he's probably being calculative with his steps, in that he does not want to split Linda Mwananchi, because I have had talk of an Orengo presidency. Orengo wants to vie for the presidency.
How do you like that?
Well, I will get to that later.
Okay.
Babu Owino, at one point in 2025 and 2024, also wanted to vie for the presidency. So Sifuna finds himself in a tricky situation. He has two political maestros who, to probably their credit, they've built longer political careers than him. Babu Owino is serving is it his second term or third term? Is the second term, I guess. James Orengo well, where do I begin?
Since 1979.
Where do I begin? So Sifuna is hesitant because he does not want to rock division at the Linda Mwananchi camp, and because he, as a first-time senator, is hesitant about the future. He is not gotten to the point ya kukubali, I can do this as Sifuna. Many a times we've pushed Sifuna, or those that are in Linda Mwananchi have pushed Sifuna to vie for the presidency. But he says, kwa hii mambo ya opposition, I will not be the barrier to the oust of William Ruto. If it takes my collaboration with Gachagua, Matiang'i, Maraga, or anyone else, at that point he does not mention himself. Asemi, if I am the candidate. Anasema, kama ni hao wengine ndio candidate, mimi nitakubali kuwa support. So you see, he has a crisis here, as Odhiambo is putting it, an identity crisis, and he's not come to terms with that. He's not reconciled that the one-term senator or the first-time senator is now the most popular leader in opposition in Kenya, and as young as he is, the entire country, or I guess, want him as president. And he is afraid of resigning from the ODM party because he does not feel he has not reconciled the fact that he is popular with the social capital. To him, he does not have the social capital to move or remove MPs from ODM. If he decides to break ties with ODM, he does not think they will decamp with him, like what Raila did. If he decided to leave ODM today, Sifuna is not confident that half of ODM MPs and senators and MCAs will move with him.
Do you think they will move with him?
I am not sure. I am not sure. Just as he isn't, I am not sure. And as I wind up, I am not sure because he's not projected that charisma. He is not projected that confidence to want to go for that seat. Alafu nikimalizia. Raila Odinga resigned in 1996 after the fallout with Kijana Wamalwa from the Ford Kenya party, and he vied for the Langata constituency seat for a second time. He sought a fresh mandate from the people of Langata after resigning from Ford Kenya. If Sifuna wants to test his popularity, that's why he's supposed to start. He's supposed to resign from ODM and resign as a senator, then seek a fresh mandate. Ndio aone kweli kama hapa Nairobi mimi ndio Sifuna wako wengi. Na aone kama hapa Nairobi anaweza rudi. So he is in doubt that he can pull those numbers. And with Raila Odinga gone, ule mtu alikuwa anashika watu mkono anasema ni huyu kijana peeni yeye kura. He is not confident if he resigns today hapa Nairobi ata retain hata hiyo kiti ya Senate.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, if he was confident he would have resigned by now from ODM. Correct. Na kwa sababu ametoka chama, asimame tena kama independent ama na chama ingine, alafu sasa tumpe kura kama senator, arudi a firm dominance, just like what Raila Odinga did. So I can understand Sifuna. I do not want to be so harsh on them. But it is possible we are over pushing the wrong man. It is very possible hapa mbele Orengo will show more brazenness for the presidency and more enthusiasm for the presidency than Sifuna, and then the wave will move to Orengo. You've already seen what he did with June 25th protests and how he's been all over the place trying to secure every other case and secure release of the young people who've been arrested in the demonstrations. You see, he is positioning himself. Na hapa mbele hiyo wave inaweza enda kwa Orengo. Remember, he has vied for the presidency before, so si kitu hajafanya. He has, for lack of a better word, the balls to go for it. Okay. And if it gets to that point, Sifuna will be probably relegated to the political dust. And I'm not saying Orengo is a man to watch, but it is possible they may have an agreement with Babu Owino. Wewe wacha mimi niende, wewe bado kijana, alafu mimi nitakuachia. At one point as I wind up, Babu Owino was the favorite for the party leadership of ODM. Mnakumbuka akisema baada ya baba ni babu. And he campaigned to become the party leader, well, informally the party leader of ODM. And hiyo conversation ilikuja ikaenda chini. Now there seems to be an agreement that James Orengo is the de facto party leader, whether elected or not, whether appointed, nominated or not. And I have not seen Babu Owino criticize that. So what if there is an arrangement between James Orengo and Babu Owino? Mimi ni mzee kidogo, nimekomaa, experience niko na, wacha niende hii kiti. After all ni kama nimebakisha tu miaka kidogo kwa hii dunia, alafu wewe utachukua baada yangu. That might happen. And probably that is also a headache to Edwin Sifuna, being that he is sandwiched between people who have more experience and more social capital, and also financial capital than himself. Sifuna has repeated countless times, mimi sina hiyo pesa. Jameni, Kenyans of goodwill ndio wamenishikilia. Sasa hako na watu hapa wamekuwa kwa siasa before, na kidogo they are well oiled, because it is not a question whether Orengo has money or not. We know he has the money. Hata yeye nimesikia ndio amekuwa akishikilia hii Linda Mwananchi.
But so then if we have Babu, Orengo and Sifuna, the people who have got the balls, give me the number 1 to number 3, starting with the biggest balls.
Orengo.
Oh. Okay.
He did the unthinkable in June 25th. He came back to activism.
Tell me, number 2.
On a motorbike.
Okay.
Number 2, Babu Owino.
Oh.
Choosing to represent Ezekiel Chama. I think that is his name, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes.
Comrade.
Yes.
To me, is actually a demonstration of a courageous leader. And Babu Owino has taken on so many Gen Z cases. Nakumbuka akitetea vijana hata huko Kabete wenye walikuwa wamechajiwa na terrorism. And over again, Babu has proved his courage. Not once, not twice.
Okay.
Then here comes Sifuna. His biggest, biggest courageous moment, or his monumental courageous moment, ni kusema Raila hakuzaa waoga na kupewa bangi juu ya gari ya vute. Na sasa huyo Raila mwenye hakuzaa waoga, mimi nashangaa hao courageous people walienda wapi June 22.
So you are giving Sifuna a distant third. Are you giving Sifuna a distant third because he should be in third, or because there is nobody else?
In terms of courage, kwa hao watatu is number 3. Mimi sikumuona kwa procession yetu. It was not even a protest. It was a peaceful procession. I don't know why he chose to stay away. At least Orengo alikuja na pikipiki. Yes, basi angekuja na punda. Aya, angalia hii mambo ya ni kama
huyu kijana hana heshima kwa Sifuna.
Ni kama Ndindi Nyoro. Apiga mdomo mingi, criticizing the finance bill, giving us economic lectures which we did not even ask for. Then when it comes to the actual voting, he does not show up because he does not want to disappoint the executive, which is still bootlicking, and he does not want to appear to be in opposition. Ako hapo katikati. In fact, Nyoro is the next Kalonzo Musyoka.
Oh, don't say that.
It is a fact.
Odhiambo, Orengo.
I think I'm belaboring the point on nothing. Orengo, Sifuna, Babu, in that order, in terms of presidential functionality, are neither here nor there. Ni mnyambo ya punda, ama ni mkia ya mbuzi, haina kazi.
Okay.
Orengo will not contest for presidency.
Okay.
Tell the bank. Orengo knows what is at stake in Siaya.
Okay.
He'd rather fight for the governorship than come for. This is
no. But we were measuring the bees.
Forget about it.
No. Let's measure the bees. Okay, why are you afraid?
I'm not afraid.
Yes.
Orengo 0.
Okay.
At national scale 0. At best, Orengo is pursuing an aborted youthful fire.
Okay.
Okay. Because just Raila passed on, so he's retreated back to the youth that he was.
Okay.
I mean, Orengo should be careful. You know, he's about 80, and his bones are a little weak. He needs to be a bit careful not to do a little bit of more of acrobatics, getting on bikes, and he's risking his life, and he has a family and grandchildren.
I think his family is sorted. Don't.
No. You know, that's the imagination. My grandma died at 106. I still feel the pain 2 years later. I know what it means. So let him stop risking too much with whatever he's trying to do with the activism. Sifuna have said, we've declared. I mean, it's common sense. The fellow is afraid. He's afraid of the unknown. And you see, leadership requires you to face the unknown and do it courageously so that the people behind you can follow. Or do you think leaders are some special kind of people? No, they're just normal, but they do it with a lot of courage and brevity. And Sifuna lacks it. So, out. But Babu Owino is an actual scientist, understands the math, he understands the data, he understands the ghost data in the data. He sees that, you know, if for me to match, or for me to win Nairobi gubernatorial race, you must be in the opposition, okay? It's very good math for him. If I'm in the opposition and I have a national image, then I can rival the president. And when I rival the president, I can become the governor of Nairobi, and he's going to become the governor of Nairobi simply because he's in the right place. That mathematics, Jagero, works favorably for Babu Owino. In fact, he's the most efficient in that group. He understands where he's going, he understands what he wants. The rest of them, piki ponki, pakamil disco, they don't know what's happening.
So then the only person in his numbering, you're only changing Sifuna and Orengo.
I'm not changing either of them. I'm saying it's an unfunctional mathematical formula. These people cannot proceed to anything. They cannot result to anything. The formula they're following cannot result to nothing.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we take a few callers before, maybe 2 or 3 before we wind up this? People of the internet, are you able to call us? As you can call us on the number on the screen. If you can call us through the normal line, we really appreciate. And if you are outside the country, you can always call us through WhatsApp. Thank you very much. We will take a few calls, just 2 or 3, and then we will wind down this conversation for today. As we wait for the callers to start calling, brother, what do you think about everything that this gentleman have talked about?
I do agree with them that as much as we saw a lot of hope in Sifuna, he has really disappointed us. Personally, because I saw some of his work when he used to really audit some of the governor's work in the Senate. He was very active. We at least thought that we have an emerging leader, someone that we can follow, and we were really waiting for him to show a direction. But then I told you why I've not chosen any path yet. Why? Because I had hoped that he would show us something, but then the moment he retreated and started going back to the same cycles with the same people, then I knew we had lost him. So unfortunately there, I don't see anything as of now. And we always rate or characterize an individual according to the company that they keep. So if you are together with people who have questionable character, then there is no way in which personally I can trust you. And people who maybe think in values and all that can trust you in any way. So, and I believe for people to choose you as the leader, they have to connect with you. There was that genuineness that was with the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga that made people to resonate with him, as if he was someone who listened to them, So that is something we're lacking right now, and I don't see it in Orengo. I think I would want him to relax, maybe mentor young leaders who are coming. The people who are very, very, I don't think we need very, very old leaders right now.
Okay.
I think we need to get energetic and young people who can, bring some fresh ideas into our system. Yeah.
Hello.
So I believe.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Alicia and I'm calling from Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, on this issue about Sifuna, I hate that I have to agree with Odhiambo, especially because I'm very optimistic about Sifuna. But I have to admit that the flame is really dying down because us who are his supporters are at a point where we are wondering, okay, now where are we going? Because it feels like we have stopped somewhere for so long. And right now, personally, my only hope is they all know wherever they are, all of them, the United Opposition. I hope they all know that the only way we are going to make a difference or an impact in these elections is if this thing is a two-horse race. So whoever they choose. But you see, if they choose someone, like for personal, if they choose someone who is not, if Sifuna is not 1 or 2, I cannot vote. And you see, not voting is also helping Ruto. And it is not even something to be proud of. But yes, I agree, not just me, or even when I talk to my peers who are very optimistic about Sifuna when this whole thing started, we are more like, ama ilikuwa tu porojo. So it's really true that we are losing momentum. But personally, I'm willing to wait a little bit and see where this all is going. But yes, the way Odhiambo said, there are no structures with this thing. He started saying it, Kitambo. Personally, I never used to understand his point. But the more I keep saying it, now I see it. And now I'm feeling afraid.
What is his point that you're seeing?
You see, the way Odhiambo used to say, the issue with Sifuna is not seeing structures. Like I remember when Abby Zwena was first here, and he mentioned how Kina Sifuna cannot immediately leave and then form a party and now try to get re-elected again the way you guys are saying Raila did back in the day. It kind of made sense. But as of right now, if they've not made any monumental move, now anyone who is on their side needs to start worrying.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
There was somebody that was calling. I would ask that he calls again because now we can talk to him. Odhiambo, the people are agreeing that there have to be structures for this to end well for Sifuna.
Yeah. Without structures, Sifuna is wasting time. Without structures, he's a rocking chair, keeping his funds busy, taking them nowhere. Without structure, he's squandering a beautiful opportunity. Without structures, without proper identity, Sifuna is messing up big time. And I still encourage him, please do something.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Where are you calling us from and what's your name?
Good evening too. My name is Dennis.
Okay.
Yes, Dennis. I'm calling from Rodi Kopany, Homa Bay.
Rodi Kopany, Homa Bay.
Yes.
Okay. That is the county. That is the county of Homa Bay.
Yeah.
Yes, the county of Homa Bay.
What do you think about the whole issue? I know you are a Ruto supporter. Are you not?
Yes. Let me just say yes because of lack of options.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
When Sifuna was ejected from ODM the first time,
okay.
Yes, there was that particular aura of Sifuna. My friend asked me, "What do you think about Sifuna?" Then, and I told him I want to give Sifuna 1 year before I even talk about Sifuna. Bro, it's not even 1 year and things are just fading off. I think the opposition needs to know they are dealing with the Ruto here. This is a guy who was never lost any single election.
Operative.
This guy, the structures of the Ambo is talking about, I think Ruto has got 101% of it.
Okay, akona zingine huko Homa Bay ameweka.
Bro, what this guy is doing on the ground. But the things he's doing on the ground, like for ground kabisa, you hear discussions about him despite him not even having those kutanos. Yes, and that lack of structure and Linda Mwananchi, I think it's really taking a toll on them. It's high time they think about it.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, good evening. Where are you calling us from and what's your name, sir?
Oh, Jagero, how are you?
I'm all right.
My name is Victor Anunda.
Okay, Victor. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Donholm.
Donholm it is. I imagine Donholm is close to Kambani, so I imagine that it is warmer.
Donholm is here.
No, it is actually the other side.
Pipeline.
Yeah.
So two things first of all. Let me introduce myself.
Yes.
I was in your studios in the morning with Abel.
Okay.
I've come there before. I can see Mulamba there. Mulamba is a member of Bunga Mwananchi, is my comrade.
Yeah.
But I want to say a few things. So I don't know. These people that are in the studio have really been on Sifuna's neck.
The Mulamba and Odhiambo.
Yes.
Okay.
And they need to know that Sifuna is the kingpin of the Luya. He
is that a gen?
He has 41% popularity in Western Kenya.
Yeah.
And he's a kingpin. So
are you
whether
the one who did this research?
I wish I could share more, but sorry that I'm on phone call. But I think they're being very hard on him. It is the people ultimately who say that this is Sifuna. Okay. And that popularity, we cannot wish it away. Okay. So I think they need to relook at their figures and numbers and say something good about him.
Okay.
Wishful thinking.
Okay, thank you very much. Wait, why are you guys laughing when he's talking about Sifuna being the kingpin of Loyal Land? I mean, kama mwenzangu unakataa.
It is funny that he's seeing Sifuna in that light.
Okay.
I thought Sifuna is representing Gen Zs and we are tribalists.
Yeah.
So how has Sifuna now transitioned to a tribal kingpin? In fact, we're just going back to the retrogressive tribal and ethnicity politics that we were so interested in running away from. So when you reduce him to a tribal kingpin, not a national leader, then you belittle the entire
You diminish his value.
And you diminish his value.
Exactly.
Unless we was your Gen Z.
All right. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from, brother?
I'm Ahmed from Lamu.
From Lamu. How is Lamu, my brother?
Good. How are you guys?
We are very well. Divided right in the middle in opinion.
I'm also divided in the opinion also.
Okay.
Yes, first of all, I would like to welcome Odhiambo. Welcome back. It's been a while we have not seen you.
Yeah, but people on the town hall is saying Odhiambo kwende huko kabisa mahali alikuwa ameenda.
It's not bad. It's a divided opinion. It's okay. It's divided opinion. It is allowed.
Okay.
But my point of opinion is that I think the next general election is won already. And these guys are just Ruto.
Oh, is that so? That is very interesting. Tafadhali wacha kusema maneno kama hayo kwa televisheni.
Yes. I know so many people might not agree with me and they think otherwise, but let's be true to each other and talk facts. But because there's no one with the guts and the balls, as we say, to stand up against this man and have the structure and the politics. Because I can compare Sifuna with the former Prime Minister of Britain. Do you know a guy called Keir Starmer? He just resigned the other week.
Yeah.
This guy came in like Sifuna with a lot of charisma. He won the general election. But because of things like the way we say right now, he has no structure. This guy has lost his government in just 1.5 years. So imagine right now, if Sifuna is on the outside and he doesn't have the structure, 1 year to go into the general election, even if he wins, this guy, by 2 or 1.5 years, this guy will be out. Yes. So my point is just this guy, let's think about 2032 and just next step, because this guy is just coming back. There's no hope. There's no position.
But then are you his supporter, Ruto?
I'm not a Ruto supporter, but
you've given up.
Yes, it's like thinking that Cape Verde will beat Argentina today.
But there are also 11.
Yes, they are 11 over 11, but when you think about the odds with Argentina, they have Messi, they have Lautaro, they have Enzo, they have like the players on the Argentine side, they are really focused. And when you think Cape Verde, yes, it is a fantasy team, first time in the World Cup, just like Sifuna, first time in the big limelight. So it just can't happen.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You've lost that caller, but there is something that you want to say.
Yes, there is this notion that has been peddled severally that William Ruto has never lost an election. Well, he's lost twice.
When did he lose?
In 2002, in the general election, he was supporting Uhuru Kenyatta. That is incontrovertible. It is indisputable. Uhuru Kenyatta lost with the backing of the system. In 2007, he challenged Raila Odinga for the presidential ticket of the ODM party. He
2007?
lost.
Hello?
Yes, he lost to Raila Odinga in the ODM nominations.
Okay.
Those are 2 elections.
So he can. Hello.
So he can lose.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yes, my name is Christine Mangongo and I'm calling from Dubai.
Okay.
UAE. Yes. When it comes to this Kenyan politics, we always follow it from the diaspora.
Okay. How do you like it?
Always follow. Whatever is happening is that my question is, whatever William Ruto is doing, we've been having 4 presidents who has never done what the current president is doing.
Okay.
Now we have the opposition. I can hear you talking about Sifuna. First, I thought he knew what he was doing, only to realize that he's not even sure of himself. He's not sure of his leadership capability.
Yeah. Do you think
His
that is the
depends on others.
do you think that apart from being the leader of the people that are following Linda Mwananchi, do you think that he's the leader of the principles at Linda Mwananchi? Those that are trying to change the country together with him. Is he the leader?
If he cannot resign from ODM, until now he's fighting ODM in court. No, the other side, he's saying himself he cannot be the Secretary General of Mediocrity.
Yes. Mediocrity.
Yes. And this is the same person who is fighting in court, and he doesn't trust himself. If he was a man enough, if he was a leader enough, as you are saying, he could have resigned long time ago, and by now he could have trusted his leadership. So for now, I don't see anyone in the opposition, as for now.
All right, thank you.
Time is running.
Oh, sorry. Cut the guy out. Hello, what's your name and where are you calling us from?
Hello, Jagero. How are you doing?
We are doing very well. What's your name and where are you calling us from, brother? Did we lose him?
Hi to Odhiambo.
Hello.
And the others.
Okay.
Hello.
Now, I want to give an analogy.
We didn't hear your name and where you're calling us from.
Oh, name is Brian.
Okay.
I'm calling from the U.S.
Okay.
Durham, North Carolina, RTP.
All right, great. Go ahead.
Yeah. Pass my greetings to Odhiambo and the other panelists.
How do you like Odhiambo? Ani is saying that he's spewing bullshit.
Okay, I want to contextualize it and give an analogy.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, now there is a beautiful girl that you have had a crush on.
Okay.
And then one day this girl just approaches you and she tells you, hey, how are you doing? And you're like, I'm okay, I'm doing fine. And he's like, I'd like to know where you live. Is it possible that tonight you can come and pick me up and take me to your place? I just want to know where you stay.
Okay.
And then you, as a man, you're like, unajua, leo kesho it's hard, even tomorrow is hard because I'll be coming from work and I'll be tired. Can we maybe go to a movie in the afternoon and then you come back and then at 6, I'll have to go back home by myself and just sleep because I'm tired. That is who Sifuna is.
Okay.
Sifuna, as Odhiambo normally likes to say, was rolled the red carpet.
Okay.
The dude did not realize that he was going to be president. Now he's never going to be president. That is what is happening.
So hata nyinyi huko mali mko huko Ulaya mnasema Ruto anarudi.
Okay. This is my issue.
Okay.
Asiporudi, who is there to stand against him?
Lakini unataka rudi ama utaki rudi? Ukiwa huko Marekani.
Na nikiwa huku hivi I've neither team 1 term or 2 term. I don't support any of them. I don't support any of them. Okay. For me, what I want is the betterment of Kenya.
Who do you sympathize
I wanted Sifuna to take this thing.
Lakini hapana atumia hiyo pesa. Si amesema yeye fukara hana pesa ya kutembea kihubiri injili ya Kenya.
Fukara kitu gani? All you need is to show the people the courage.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, and the people will go behind you and push you, and the people who have money will come.
Yeah.
How did Barack Obama? I was here in America when Barack Obama, was campaigning to become the president. Barack Obama was not rich. He was just a one-term senator. Before that one, he was an organizer in the community. What is wrong with Sifuna? Why is this guy, pussyfooting around? Why can't he just take the bull by the horn? Unajua, and I think wakati yake imepita sasa. Because people are seeing him not being courageous and, going. Unajua watu tu wanataka msichana pia anataka kuona kama uko courage.
Anataka ODM.
That is also another issue. Why?
Your estimation atakia nini ODM?
Chama kubwa.
Si sasa hiyo ndio nakwambia, msichana ameshakwambia leo kuja. Uende unionyeshe mahali unaishi. Wewe nao unakuja na kizungu mingi na Kiswahili mingi. Unaanza kukuja na preamble of the constitution. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you?
I mean, I'm sorry to cut. But what the fuck is wrong with you? Mchana pia amekwanga akikuona this lady amekwanga akikuona ukimtamani, unamezea mate. Akasema let me throw him this one, wacha nimpatia softball. Wewe unapatia soft landing alafu unaanza kucheza. What's wrong with this guy?
Unataka kusema preamble.
Thank you very much.
Preamble.
Okay, let's stop. Let's. This discussion has been wonderful. People of the internet, I really wanted to give up because the lights got not subua. In fact, I was saying, okay, watch. Let us fold our equipment and go home. There is always another day. But I think it has gone really, really well. Thank to Mr. Halil. Is that how I should pronounce it? Halil. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to the show today. I really, really enjoyed your input. And this guy is rogue. This one.
I have some final words. I hope you'll give me a minute.
This guy is pretty rogue. Mmesumbua watu wamekasirika sana hapo kwa town hall. Wamekasirika sana. So let me give you a minute to land properly.
I'm focusing on the Kisii rally in my kika. Sifuna says sitachochwa kusimama peke yangu. That sounds logical. Then he says tunaweza shinda hawa jamaa asubuhi mapema. No, he says tunaweza shinda hawa watu by saa 7. Sisi kama Linda Mwananchi. Wale kama United Opposition wanaweza shinda Ruto by saa 7. Lakini tukishikana pamoja tunaweza mshinda by asubuhi. Then if you think that is enough politics, listen to what Cheruyot says. Sisi tutarudisha mkono kwa papa wa Roma. You know that is Wetangula.
Yes.
Watu wawili hapa wanachezewa from the same community. Then Wetangula himself says adui ni mtu wa shares. Wetangula thinks we've forgotten that hata yeye ni mtu wa shares and alikuwa na signed agreement yeye na William Ruto kwa sababu amedeliver votes za kutoka Western. Then Wetangula says hakuna mtu aliimbia Uhuru one term wakati Uhuru alikuwa president. Wetangula should actually thank his stars. Or Uhuru should thank his stars that we as the young people, as the Gen Zs, we were still in school as from 2013 to 2022. Otherwise, kama kuna mtu angeona maandamano ya kushtua na ya ajabu hii Kenya ni Uhuru. Kwa sababu jamaa pia alitufieka around 7 trillion. Yes. Na sasa tumeacha kuchocha Sifuna, tumeenda sasa kuchocha Wetangula. Kuna watu wako serikali wanaambia Wetangula tutakuachia hii kitu 2032. Upande ingine kuna watu wanaambia Murkomen, wewe bwana wewe ndo tunaachia hii kitu watu waachilie. Sisi kama jamii ya Rift Valley tunakufa nayo. Sasa kuna watu wawili hapo wanachezewa na wote ni wa jamii moja. Sasa sijui ni Sifuna ama sasa tena ni Wetangula. Namna hiyo.
Odhiambo, your last words?
Yeah, Sifuna, we tired of your BS. Yeah, grow some balls and man up. Stop behaving cowardly behind a fellow man. Be a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mbaya. Ni mbaya.
Brother, unasemaje? Ulishafunga?
Oh, Jagero, I had forgotten something.
Hey!
This particular confusion, or so it appears, in the United Opposition and in Linda Mwananchi, you're not coming up with a plan. Might appear intelligent because you do not want the government to start attacking your manifesto. But hawa jamaa wakumbuke, bwana huku si America, huku si UK. Bwana huku Wakenya wanataka kujua ni nini uko nayo different na huyu jamaa. Si ati mkisema you guys are going to fund education differently, ati Ruto ataiba hiyo plan. Anaiba na budget gani? Ayabakisha tu budget moja. Ayabakisha mwaka moja. Bwana mpe watu plan. Mimi naongea kama watu ambao wanataka plan. I understand it is ingenious to not come up with a manifesto or a plan as early as now. Also it appears. Lakini to the majority of Kenyans wenye wamezoea beautiful manifestos, they still want that from you. And I understand they are being cautious not to overpromise, but they need to give us something. Wakati watu wakidiscuss ya William Ruto wakisema bottom up, walikuwa wanaangalia Raila wanasema 6,000 shillings for the unemployed. Tukiangalia ya hawa tutasema nini? Ruto must go. One time.
My final remark, just one remark. As everyone is focused on the presidency and all of that, I just want to urge and to plead with the people of Kenya, even as you're focusing on the presidential politics. The real politics that matter are the ones in the ground. Your MCA and MP do matter, and they do play a bigger role. To me, I don't think the person at the top matters if you have a strong MCA and you have a strong MP. So you really work on that. If you know you have no influence over the national politics, right now you're saying there's no second option. That's okay. But there is an option in the ground.
Right.
Get a better MCA, get a better MP, and everything will be good. Right. Yeah.
People of the internet, thank you very much for giving us grace when we were in complete darkness. Thank you very much for coming back to listen to us and to participate fully in this conversation today, being a Friday. I want to thank Mr. Odhiambo. Thank you very much for showing up for this show today. As always, Mr. Malamba, first time you're here, I thoroughly enjoyed your opinion. And I like the fight that you're having there with Odhiambo. I really loved it. You know.
Whenever you hear Jagero clearing his voice, just say it's dishonest.
So Khail, thank you very much for coming. I want to thank Mr. John Tess, who has been on TikTok, and also on the cameras, Mr. John Tess, Mr. Frank, and Mr. Washington that are together on the deck today. Until another episode, people of the internet, bye for now.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay, you can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash, that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke.